What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sun Life. I'm a little bit out of breath today. You'll notice that throughout my whole video. We're going to talk a little bit about Lehigh today. Let me make sure my audio is working and all that. Yep, we're good. Last time I did a live stream, my audio was in pretty bad shape. We're going to talk a little bit about... I got the microphone too close to the cell phone, and it kind of interfered with it. So... well, today we're going to be looking at Lehigh Acres, the real estate there, and I'm a little, like I said, totally out of breath. So, Lehigh Acres, if you don't know where it's located, it's right next to Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and eventually there's a beach out there somewhere. But that's Lehigh Acres right here, and I've been kicked out of just about every Facebook group. The only Facebook group that hasn't kicked me out is this one right here. Lehigh Acres Community Bulletin Board. This is the only Facebook group that hasn't kicked me out yet out of their Lehigh groups. And if I ever post anything on here, I'll get so much hate. Let me just ask a normal question, and we'll see through the progression of this video just what type of response we get. Let's do something normal, like what's a normal question to ask? What's a good restaurant? Let's do a poll, actually. Let's do that right here. Let's go to poll, and let's do best restaurant in Lehigh Acres. Lehigh. Let's do that right there. And I'm just gonna make a regular post. There's nothing offensive about that. I don't know what it is about people in Lehigh. You know what? I made a few videos saying the truth, actually, my opinion. So, what's the best restaurant in Lehigh Acres? I'm gonna write Azúcar Cuban. Best Lehigh restaurant in Lehigh. I am planning to spend a few weeks back in Florida. Emoji love. Let's do that right there. Lehigh, you gotta be kidding me. No. So check this out. Best restaurant in Lehigh. I'm planning to spend a few weeks back in Florida and want to enjoy the best. Thanks in advance. You guys are the best. So it's a regular post. Gandules food truck. Gandules. Post. So this is a regular post. Let's see if they approve it. Alright, so they gotta approve it. Let's see if they'll approve it tonight. And if they approve it, let's see what type of comments we get. Because they hate me. Oh my gosh, they hate me in Lehigh. But if you're not familiar with Lehigh, this is Lehigh Acres right here. It's got a Veterans Park, a Lehigh Acres Park, and there's a mud pit over here you can drive your truck in. Lacey Springs Recreational Area. One of the few areas in Lehigh I actually wanted to go to, and I've never been to. All my redneck friends in Naples used to go here a lot. But it's kind of like a mud pit. Stay in Alabama, my friend. Oh, of course. I'm not going to go to Lehigh Acres. Are you kidding me? They're very furious. Let's see if they've approved it yet. They're really, really furious. Like this guy here, I don't know what he's up to. But he says, I live in Maryland. People here are extremely rude, selfish, and egocentric. Glad I live in Alabama, the home of Southern hospitality. It's good they don't allow people like that to live around here. Amazing. So he's saying he thinks people in Naples are friendly because people in Maryland are horrible. So he thinks people in Naples are friendly. Yeah, okay. His personal opinion. He's entitled to that opinion. So let's see if they approve our comment here in Lehigh. We're also going to look at the ridiculous prices of real estate in Lehigh. Believe me, I'm not moving to Lehigh. It ain't happening. I did my research on moving to Lehigh on the ground because, and I got family that lives there and all that. And basically, I did consider Lehigh for a while. It was one of the first places we considered. So we're going to look at a lot of stuff here. So this is one of the few recreational things to do in Lehigh, Lacey Springs. It's kind of like a redneck mud park, and basically, it's they don't really have beaches in Lehigh, so it's kind of yes, people do swim here, I guess. It's kind of like a big lake. I mean, it's not any more glamorous than the stuff we got here in Alabama. But this is one of the things you can do. You can go to this redneck park here, and actually the water looks not too bad. I can't believe people actually swim in the water in Florida. That is insane. There's nothing out there. There really isn't. Mike, the problem is people in there are really pissed off because they knew that I was looking at Lehigh when I was going to move, and I ended up not moving there. And also, I've made some very honest videos about what it's like to live in Lehigh. And the people that live there, they're extraordinarily offended. So it is what it is. Let's look at some real estate in Lehigh. I saw one that was just like, okay, so for $300,000, you can buy a duplex. There's only 5 pictures of it. I would never consider Lehigh. And if you're thinking about Lehigh, I would advise you not to. So anyways, we'll see if our post gets approved, and if it gets approved, we'll see the comments it gets. Like I said, that's the only Lehigh Acres group that has basically not kicked me out yet. And again, it's not because of the things that I say; it's because of how much they hate me. Apparently, Jose Feliciano lives in Lehigh. We'll wait and see what happens. So basically, this is one of the few recreational things there is to do here, Lacey Springs. And let's look at the news real quick. If you're not familiar with Lehigh, it's in Lee County, Florida. LaBelle is much better. Yeah, I like LaBelle. I actually would love LaBelle. LaBelle is much, much better. And I tell people LaBelle, but it's like people are so into... They won't like go to LaBelle because it's basically like a little conservative town, and you know how people, I couldn't live in a place like, what I mean. It's all about appearing to be a certain, I don't know. People are so superficial, but it's not a city yet. Lehigh is unincorporated area. In 2010, there was 86,000 people. They calculate that in 2017 they calculated over 124,000 people. So here's a place where there's probably by now there's probably 170,000 people, and it is still unincorporated. The reason they can't incorporate it is because the statistics would be so bad that it would rank amongst like the worst of a lot of stuff. So by not incorporating High Acres, they can kind of keep the statistics. Look, if they incorporate it, the statistics would be so bad that it would give them bad publicity. It's the same thing with Jacksonville. Look at the city of Jacksonville. The city of Jacksonville is one of the most dangerous places in the South. Believe me, it's dangerous. But when you look at Jacksonville on a map, the entire Duval County is city limits. You'll see it here on a map. The entire Duval County is city limits, as you can see from this map. And what that does is that it lowers the crime rates for the city of Jacksonville. Nonetheless, the city of Jacksonville is still one of the most dangerous places you can go to in the South. Don't get it confused. In my opinion, Jacksonville is much more dangerous than Birmingham. Even though Birmingham is technically the 3rd most dangerous city in the country, Jacksonville is much more dangerous. And I've actually had subscribers who've moved from Birmingham to Jacksonville and back and forth with me on that Jacksonville, Florida is much, much more dangerous. The statistics don't show that because, again, the whole Duval County is city limits. And that even includes places like, if it's actually swallowed up a bunch of other little cities. And they did that to keep their statistics, try to keep appearances, basically. So the same thing happens in Lehigh Acres. It's probably not incorporated because, well, first of all, it's a big scam. So, but either way, if they did incorporate it, the statistics would be horrendous. Um, it is back then. It was 37% white, 24% black. Most of those being Haitians. A lot of those being Haitians. 36% Latino. And let me tell you, a lot of times we like to say beauty and diversity, and this is not diversity. This is like segregation, and I don't even know what to call this. But don't let these statistics fool you. This is not the type of diversity you want in a place. Anyways, you have Hispanic, Black, and Latinos. Right now, actually, they say now that Latinos are up to 70% of the population. So I don't know how accurate that is, but a new statistic showed that Latinos were predominantly, like the Latino population shot up tremendously. And then you have like this 37% white, which is basically the people in these Facebook groups, I guess. So let's look at some recent news out of Lehigh. That's the reason Immokalee is unincorporated, because it's crime and stats. Yeah. So a lot of times, and it's not, people, they think I'm out to offend them and make them angry. It's really not the case. It's just that I don't want people to move somewhere horrible. So I try to give them the best. I think they finally approved let's see if they approved it. Yes, they approved yay, they approved it. Okay, let's see. Now, remember, this is a post that I made about food. Best restaurants in Lehigh, and my plan to spend a few weeks back in Florida and went to enjoy the best. Thanks in advance. You guys are the best. So let's see what type of comments we get here. So I added 2 already. I'm going to go with Azúcar Cuban. And let's see what type of conversation starts up here. And also, let's see the comments that will be completely unrelated to this post that I get. They do hate me in Lehigh. Although when I go there in person, which I go there all the time, I've never had a problem in Lehigh. So it's just, internet trolls. Those are the people that aren't there in the daytime. So that's Lehigh, at least 130,000 people. Look at this. The per capita income in Lehigh is 17,000 people. Yo. The good thing is that the percentage below the poverty line is low. So let me explain something to you guys. When you see a place where the per capita income is that low, but the poverty rate is also low, it means everybody there works a lot. Lehigh is a very hardworking town. They're just not getting paid a lot. Okay? So the per capita income is 17,000 and the household income is 46. That means there's a lot of people working in Lehigh. Average at least 3 people per household. That's pretty bad. There's Spanish spoken, there's German and French. Most of these are going to be Creole. So that's actually, that French actually means Creole. I didn't know there was German spoken. I've never met a German in Lehigh, but maybe I just haven't been around enough. Who knows? And it is part of the Fort Myers statistical area, which is one of the fastest growing areas in the country. So, which is Lee County, Florida. And also you have the Boston Red Sox and the Twins are there. So, lots of stuff going on in Lee County. All right, guys. So that's Lehigh Acres. Let's look at the news recently. Too much bunch of rude Northerners. Other parts, it's crowded during the weekends in St. Augustine. I hope St. Augustine doesn't get that. It was really, when we were in St. Augustine, it was gorgeous. And I do like Jacksonville a lot. Like, in St. Augustine right there, I like that area of Florida a lot. I mean, when I first started doing the pigeon races, we ended up going up there, and I love that area a lot. I hope it doesn't get that bad. Well, anyways, for $300,000, you can buy a duplex in what they call the triangle or the southwest side. I can see 82. Let's see where it's at here. My internet's moving awfully slow because I have way too many things open. Let's close a few of these things. So far, nobody's voted on this. Let's refresh and see if anybody's voted. And again, this post is about restaurants, but you guys will see quickly how many people will attack me on this post. I love to see the hate. It makes me so happy. Because, again, okay, we got 2 votes. So people are voting. Okay, they are voting. We'll find out soon. Let's close it for now, and we'll get back to that. So basically, here's the news in Lehigh Acres. The prosecutor says somebody was kidnapped from a home and took into a storage unit. 3 days later, the man was found dead. So they're investigating a murder of a guy who was kidnapped before he was murdered. So they didn't just do a drive-by and shoot the guy. They actually went through and kidnapped the guy before they murdered him. So that's under investigation. And he's got a daughter. That's never beautiful. When somebody... That's horrible. It's definitely not beautiful there. That is tough for, somebody with... Just horrible. Neighbors say there were 2 boys hit in Lehigh Acres by apparently a vehicle. The area is known to be dangerous. Deputies are still investigating the storage situation. They found a 60-pound boa constrictor. That doesn't surprise me. Again, this man here, who apparently we covered this story earlier in the channel. This gentleman here, he lost his life in a home invasion, and he's not getting a lot of pity on the internet. Well, turns out there's more to this guy's story than just he died doing a home invasion allegedly, right? Again, there's no. Hey AJ, what's up? Welcome to our channel. So allegedly he died during a home invasion, and he did have a murder case at some point. There's a YouTuber that I follow. His name is EOS. End of sentence. He's got up to 200,000 subscribers. His channel is growing incredibly, and he actually did a very detailed documentary about this young man. And he apparently he already had a murder charge on him. He went with 2 of his homeboys to do another home invasion robbery, and his homeboy killed somebody and ended up going to prison for 20 years for murder. Well, this guy was the driver, and he snitched out on his boy. So he's not getting love from criminals. He's not getting love from civilians. Nobody's really mourning this guy's death. I mean, go figure. The guy, and he was an aspiring rapper. Of course, all his music was about being a drug addict and how he's just... Anyways, very, very tragic situation. That's been not only over local news in Southwest, so this has actually been national news to where a lot of the YouTubers that I watch cover this story. So, very bad story about this young man here. That's recently came out of Lehigh Acres, and that's made just about every YouTuber that I watch has covered this guy's story. 18-year-old arrested for shooting the death of a woman. Okay, so this guy here shot a woman. Okay. Lehigh Acres drug dealer sentenced to 7 years in federal prison. Car catches fire near a home. That's really sad. Perhaps they're looking for a missing teen. So that's this week on Lehigh Acres. That's what's on the news right now in Lehigh Acres. The usual home invasion robberies. Burglar recorded breaking into Lehigh Acres car. So here's another one from 2 weeks ago. Fort Myers man facing 41 charges for burglary and alleged Lehigh Acres crime spree. Okay. Lehigh Acres community comes out to celebrate Flava. Lehigh Acres man arrested after neighbors report seeing him kill a dog. Washed duck remains, blood off the patio. Yikes, man. Let's see what else we got here. New billboards aim to help solve a murder of a Lehigh Acres person. Vehicle crash out of power. So basically, you get the idea. That's what's going on in Lehigh Acres. Let's look at the real estate. Apparently, for $300,000, you can buy a duplex. 1090 Jake, that's the man. Yeah, I watched 1090 Jake. His channel is growing so fast. I've never seen anything like it on YouTube. He made $100,000 on YouTube last year, he said. And that actually, he had 100,000 subscribers. He said he made $100,000. I can vouch for you. He made $100,000 because his audience and mine are very similar. And I had 20,000 subscribers, and I think I roughly made $20,000. So his statement adds up to the math. So yes, he made $100,000 last year, and he's probably on his way to making at least $250,000 this year. You can buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Lehigh Acres. So yeah, the kid has definitely got an incredible YouTube channel with compelling stories. I love that you can see his face and look him in the eyes when he uploads his videos. That is a very good thing. The kid's got... I wish I could make videos as nice as he... I could, actually. But if I made videos as nice as he does, it would just take me all day long. And I'm still bouncing between YouTube and my regular business. I need to pick one or the other at this point. It's really getting hard to juggle my YouTube channel with my personal company here. I mean, I got the license for my company, and it's been I've been so busy. Like today's a Sunday, and I had 2 calls today, making sure that I would be available for tomorrow. It's like I really don't want to do it on Sunday. Just drinking some water here, some alkaline water. I'm really out of breath today. I don't know what the deal is. I must have came into contact with something that's an allergen. But yeah, I have a friend who lives in Lehigh Acres. Awesome. So in Lehigh Acres, which is not the most glamorous place to live, I wouldn't. How old is this house? A house built in 1984, 3 bedroom, 2 bath house on half an acre, in an area of Lehigh that, in my opinion, isn't the area of Lehigh I would want to be in, for $270,000. That is ridiculous. The house is ugly. The outside's ugly. It's got a pool. Okay, that raises the property, and it's got a garage. But so you're paying the price for the pool as if it were being built for you, and the garage as if it were being built by you. So that's probably why. And it is half an acre. It's got a nice garage. He's got the Sunshine Boulevard North sign. Oh, no. Nice garage. He's got Kentucky license plate, so he's from Kentucky. I love that. Oh, Bullitt County, too. That is cool. This person's from the same area of Kentucky where I grew up in. So you got a pool. The house is nonetheless ugly, let's be honest. It does have a pool. And it does have a big lot and a shed. But the price tag, it's got carpet inside, and there's nothing fancy about the house. Granite countertops. The kitchen's nice. I love the lights inside the cabinets. That's a pretty cool touch. They got wallpaper in the kitchen, and they got these. It's a house from the 80s. I mean, what? Oh, they got 2 deers in there. This person needs to come to Alabama, man. I hope they're selling this house to come to Alabama, man. You can just see these people are cool. They got deer, Kentucky license plates. Nice. I don't like the house, but I like the people living in the house already. Oh, man. Not cool. I don't like the house, but I do like the people that are selling this house. Hopefully they can sell it and get the crap out of Lehigh. You could repaint the house. Yeah, but I just don't like the style. Here's one for $260,000. 3 bedroom, 2 bath on a 1/4 acre. What part of Lehigh is this in? Let's see. Built in 2007, so it's a practically new house, to be honest. I mean, 2007. That's not an old house. 13-year-old house ain't that old. Let's see where this house is. Vamos a ver dónde está metida esta casa, city. Let's see where it's located here. Let's go back to that Facebook post and see if anybody's commented on it already. And if you're just joining us, I made a regular post on Facebook about Lehigh, in a Lehigh Acres group. And I want to see if I get comments from haters. So we're trolling, basically, on this post. It's a good question. It's not a bad question. It's a good question, but we're actually trolling. Let's see if we get any comments. Let's see if we can get some comments here. No comments yet, but people are voting. And Azúcar Cuban and Gandules Food Truck are winning so far. Somebody added Dollar General. Oh my gosh. And basically what this guy is trying to say is there's really not that much in Lehigh. So we'll see here. This guy added Dollar General. I'm going to ask him to explain that. Chase Williams. Chase Williams, please explain Dollar General. Alright, that is hilarious. Basically, he's saying there's not even that many good restaurants in Lehigh. There aren't really, there's no Applebee's in Lehigh. And that's the other thing about Lehigh. Look, there's no Applebee's. Man, I can't believe my internet's so slow. My upload is really fast, but my download is really slow today. Let's close this. We'll get back to this post later. This one is 3 bedroom, 2 bath. and I wanted to see what part of Lehigh it's in. It's in a bad area of Lehigh, so this is not the part of Lehigh you want to live in. If you have to move to Lehigh, you want to be as far to the east as possible. You want to be like up here somewhere. See this manatee protection zone? You want to be in the manatee protection. And by the way, has anybody ever seen a manatee in Lehigh Acres? I'm not sure what. Well, yeah, there is the Caloosahatchee River, so there might be manatees in there. But anyways, you want to be like east of. You want to be in this little area up here if you want to be in Lehigh. Or near Buckingham is actually nice in some spots. Nonetheless, expensive. So it's not the southwest. This is what they call the triangle right here. This is the worst part of Lehigh. And honestly, up in here is not any better. It's not the part of Lehigh you want to be in. So it's in a crappy part of Lehigh. But basically, $270,000 you can live in the hood in Lehigh. You can tell these people are Latino. They got the rice pot in there. They got a gazebo, an old wooden fence. I would not pay $270. You guys have seen what you get in Alabama for this kind of money. You get a palace for $270,000 in Alabama. The good thing is it's not an old house. Oh, it's got a his and hers, very close to each other. This bathroom's got a little bit of mold on the corners, and the other one did too. It might just be from neglect. Ooh, that tile's ugly. I'm not impressed by this house. They have a fire pit. That's very impressive for Lehigh. So the shed is right up against the house. That's not really legal in Lehigh. It might be. I don't remember. I used to pull permits for sheds in Lehigh. I forgot. Don't really remember what the rules were. It's been a few years now. Well, anyways, it's up. That's what you get for $270,000 in Lehigh, basically. Not impressed in the least bit. Is anybody impressed by that? Check out Pine Manor in Fort Myers. Oh, you crack me up. The crime manors. Let's see if there's anything for sale in Pine Manor. By the way, I was in there last time I was in Pine Manor. Oh, there it is on here. Let's check it out. All right. Last time I was in Pine Manor, it was on a weekend, and there must have been at least. It's just a little neighborhood. It's not big at all. It's the hood basically, and Fort Myers. It's one of the highest crime rated areas in Fort Myers, and in Pine Manor, there must have been in this tiny little neighborhood. There must have been 15, 20 parties on one weekend. I mean, you drive through there on the weekend, and it's boom, 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 boom. You get it. What's up, Nashby? We're just having some fun here. I did a Facebook post to see if I can control some people in Lehigh, and we're waiting for a reply. This is the last group in Lehigh that I'm in. Everybody's kicked me out. Actually, these prices aren't that bad. I mean, for being Southwest Florida. This one's only got one. It's in bad shape. You can get a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 700 square foot house in the ghetto. When you living in the ghetto. I did some research, so most of the rich are moving into South Florida. The poor are ending in the slums of Ocala and Jacksonville. Yeah. Yep, there's no... I looked at Ocala and Jacksonville, Nashby. When I was moving, those were the only options I had in Florida, Ocala and Jacksonville. In both places, I was like, I ain't moving to no ghetto. That's why I ended up in Alabama. I ended up in the suburbs. Oh, by the way, look, let me just compare, because, you know, these people, they actually deleted the post that I did earlier today. I'll show you what I posted. I posted this photo right here. So somebody posted this, right? Lehigh Acres, you guys act like you're always better than me. And then Cape Coral, Naples, and Fort Myers looking back. But I went ahead and I added an Alabama guy. And I posted it on this group saying, hey, Alabama thinks you're trash too. And the people were really, really angry. So here's the difference. Let's compare Lehigh. By the way, there's no beaches in Lehigh. You have to drive I don't even know how far you got to drive to a beach. I mean, from Lehigh Acres to, I don't know, what would be the closest beach? Fort Myers Beach? I don't know, Lehigh Acres. Let's go from Lehigh Acres to Fort Myers Beach. Let's see. I mean, realistically, at least an hour with traffic, maybe an hour and a half. So at nighttime it says 45 minutes, but trust me, you ain't gonna make that drive in 45 minutes, and that's really, I would say that drive, getting from here to here will take you 45 minutes in the season. This is about a 2-hour drive. I could probably be in but look, there's no Applebee's. Let's see if there's no Applebee's in Lehigh Acres. There's no Applebee's. Let's go with like bland stuff. Applebee's. Oh, it's 10 minutes going to 1 in Prattville. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back here. That's not what we're trying to do. yeah. Go to Alabama if you want an Applebee's. Pretty much, man. All right. Let's stop joking around here. All right, so Lehigh Acres, Florida. Let's go to Lehigh Acres, Florida. There's a Walmart. There's one Walmart Supercenter. Okay, for 130,000 people. Okay. I'm gonna open up another page so we can compare. Okay. We're gonna compare the area that I live in Alabama to Lehigh Acres. Restaurants, crime rates. Let's just compare the whole thing. Income. We're gonna go through the whole thing. Okay. So I live in Millbrook. However, Millbrook is kind of like a suburb of a suburb, basically. So, as you can see, we have a Walmart in Millbrook, right in the city where I live. We have a Walmart. I'm sorry, the internet is slow as crap. You guys know I live in the middle of nowhere. But you guys saw there's a Walmart there. We got one Walmart here, right? And then we have another Walmart in Prattville. Here somewhere is another Walmart. So let's compare the cities. So Lehigh Acres, Florida, do they have a Applebee's? Applebee's. Let's see if there's an Applebee's in Lehigh Acres. Okay. It's zoomed out. There's no Applebee's in Lehigh Acres. You'd have to go to Fort Myers. By the way, that drive in season, there's no Applebee's. A city of 130,000 people in 2017, probably 170,000 people now, and there's no Applebee's. Okay? Prattville, a city of 30,000. There's 30,000 people. So Lehigh Acres has 100,000 people more. Okay? So Prattville has 30,000, and with 50,000 realistically between Prattville and Millbrook. We got 2 Walmarts. Lehigh only has 1. Right? 1 Walmart. We do have a Publix here. I think Publix, let's see how many Publix Lehigh Acres has. We have 1 in Prattville. Lehigh probably has at least 3, I'm going to guess. Let's find out. Man, this internet's running slow. Really? That's crazy. There's 2 Publixes in Lehigh Acres. Wow, I thought there were at least 3. We have 1, but we have 1 in here in Cobb's Ford. But again, the population of this area is 50,000. Prattville's 30,000, and Millbrook is 20. Supposedly it was 50,000 people between Millbrook and Prattville. I'm pretty sure there's at least 20,000 more people than that here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not that many. So, yeah. Okay, let's see Mexican restaurants. Let's say restaurants. Let's see how many Mexican restaurants are in Lehigh. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Where's this one? I'm already in Fort Myers. Yeah, it's already giving me restaurants in Fort Myers. So Mexican restaurants, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 Mexican restaurants, 4. There's got to be more than that. Here in our area, we got about 20 that I know of. Let's see how many Mexican restaurants we got here. Mexican restaurants. Okay, we have in our area. Show it on the map, man. Here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's more than that. 16. 16. There's more than that. 17, 18. That's already Wetomka. So I think there's more Mexican. There's still more Mexican restaurants here, which doesn't make any sense because this area is only. I think there's 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, about 16 or 17 Mexican restaurants. So we have more Mexican restaurants than Lehigh, even though we have less than half the population. We have 2 Walmarts. They only got 1. They don't have an Applebee's. We have. Let's look at normal restaurants. By the way, but what's your favorite restaurant? That's Shane. Please, somebody. I thought it might be good investing areas till watching your videos. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting you guys on some game here on some of this stuff. Applebee's, like I said, I like Applebee's. There's no Applebee's in Lehigh. I like Applebee's. If what's other restaurants people like? Let's say Longhorn Steakhouse. So there's actually there's 2 Applebee's? No, that ain't right. No, that ain't right. There's an Applebee's next to Bama Lanes? That's not right. No, that ain't right. But there's one here. That's wrong. So there's an Applebee's in Prattville. Lehigh doesn't have an Applebee's. Let's see. Do they have a Longhorn? That's another big one. Longhorn. I don't know if that's one word or 2, but Longhorn Steakhouse. Is there a Longhorn Steakhouse? So there's one in Montgomery, I guess. No, there's one in Prattville. Okay. So there's one in Prattville and there's one in Montgomery. So Prattville has a Longhorn Steakhouse. Does Lehigh have a Longhorn Steakhouse? And by the way, if there's any restaurant that you like, personally, please comment what restaurant you like. As long as it's mainstream, please comment. So no Longhorn Steakhouse. There's one in Estero and one in Fort Myers, but there's no Longhorn Steakhouse in Lehigh. Yeah, what are other main restaurants people like? Let's see. Starbucks. Is there a Starbucks in Lehigh? I think there's one. Let's see if there's a Starbucks. People like Starbucks. Let's see how many Starbucks there are in Lehigh. Starbucks. Is there a Starbucks in Lehigh? Starbucks. Let's see. I think there's one. You gotta be kidding me. They don't have a Starbucks in Lehigh? Come on, there's gotta be a... Come on, where's that map at? No way! There's no Starbucks in Lehigh. There is one here in Gateway. I used to go to this one when I used to go to the landfill, but that's not Lehigh. That's like Fort Myers. So there's no Starbucks. 130,000, at least 130,000 people. No Starbucks. Prattville. And by the way, if there's any restaurant you personally like, please comment. Prattville has, it says 2, but there's really only 1. I don't know why it does this. There's only 1 Starbucks in Prattville. And Katie's actually been to it twice already. Montgomery, actually. Montgomery's got more Starbucks than Lehigh. Ay, Dios mío. Montgomery has more Starbucks than Lehigh. Look at this, y'all. Okay, that's wrong. This one temporarily closed, which I think they'll open back up again because this is a pretty white area. That's a white area right there. So, how many Starbucks do they have? One, two, three, four. And actually, Montgomery's population is 200,000. Lehigh's population by now is probably approaching 170,000 or 180, who knows how many. So they're the same size as far as population. So basically, Montgomery, Alabama has one, two, three, four, five or six Starbucks. Lehigh doesn't have one. Oh my gosh. Let's go. We got to go back on that Facebook group. They're eventually going to have to kick me out. I've been trying to get kicked out of this group, but somehow they won't. Oh, Outback. Let's do Outback Steakhouse. Great suggestion. Let's look at Outback. Is there an Outback in Lehigh? Outback Steakhouse. That's a very popular one. Let's look at Outback. Outback Steakhouse. Let's see if they have one in Lehigh Acres. There's no Outback in Lehigh Acres. Okay, are you guys starting to realize something? There's nothing in Lehigh Acres. A Publix, a Walmart, and a Cuban restaurant. Okay, there's no Outback here where we live. I don't know if there is one or not because I haven't. I like Outback, by the way. I do like Outback, but I haven't really had the time to look at this yet. So Outback. Let's see if there's an Outback here. Yes, Prattville has an Outback. Okay, so Prattville has an Outback. Oh, Panera Bread. That's one that people really like. So Prattville has an Outback. Lehigh doesn't have an Outback. Panera Bread, we have a Panera Bread here. Let's see if Lehigh has a Panera. By the way, Panera is just about every suburban place has it. No Panera. So Lehigh Acres doesn't have Panera, doesn't have Outback, doesn't have Longhorn, doesn't have Applebee's. Basically, if you live in Lehigh, you're commuting into Fort Myers. And here's the thing about that. There's only two ways of getting from Lehigh to Fort Myers. Three if you go on Highway 80, but then there's only Buckingham. You're not going to do that. You're not going to go all the way up here and then turn back around. Okay? There's practically, well, three ways really if you're going south on Daniels, but then from here to here, that's a long drive. That's like a 10-mile drive to get to a Panera. So to get to a Panera, you'd have to drive through 10 miles of Daniels Parkway, which, by the way, is a absolute nightmare. Let me just zoom into this. It's one of the worst roads in Southwest Florida, even worse than Pine Ridge Road in Naples. So let me see how much traffic there is on this Google map here. But anyways, regardless, you got to drive into Fort Myers. So Lehigh Acres doesn't have a Panera, doesn't have a Starbucks, doesn't have... What's going on, computer? What are you doing to me? Okay, why are you trying to street view me? Okay, so basically, let's go on Facebook. Let's do this. We're gonna get kicked out of this group today. This is the only. Here we go. This guy's a hater. Here we go. So Azúcar Cuban Restaurant has 8 votes, and Grandula's Food Truck has 7. El Rincón Boricua's got 3. Dollar General's got 2 votes. Matt Smith, this guy's a complete hater, so he's tagging his friend to join in on the action. I'm surprised there aren't any bad comments yet, but let's do one more post here. Let's go to here. I'm not allowed to comment anymore. Am I? I am. Okay, so let's try to get kicked out of this group today. We're gonna try to get kicked out of this. So, in all seriousness, like I'm a serious person. No Starbucks, no Panera, no Outback, no Longhorn. What was the other one we did? No Applebee's. No Applebee's. We got all those things here in Alabama. How come a prosperous and growing place like Lehigh not have these basic things? How come a prosperous and growing place like Lehigh not have these things? We're going to get kicked out of this group. This is the only group, in all seriousness, no Starbucks, No Panera, no Outback, no Longhorn, no Applebee's. We got all these things here in Alabama. How come a prosperous and growing place like Lehigh not have these basic things? Post. I'm sure they're gonna kick me out eventually. I'm trying to get kicked out. And again, look, when all these restaurants that they have here, when you vote for, we voted here for the best restaurants in Lehigh. That's a mom and pops. That's a mom and pops. That's a mom and pops. That's not even a restaurant. Chase Williams, what he's really trying to say is that there's basically nothing. If you want food, go to Dollar General. And that's a mom and pop. So, and Jibarito, Culver's. Those are Culver's. And I don't even think Culver's. So Culver's may be the only like regular restaurant that they have in Lehigh. So these are all mom and pop places. No big company has invested money in Lehigh. Where here where we live, we have well, you can see we even have a Bass Pro Shop. The only place in Southwest Florida that has a Bass Pro Shop is we have a Lowe's and a Home Depot here. I think there are both of those in Lehigh. We have a Nick and Jim's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wells Fargo. So we have a lot of stuff here. Big Lots. We got this Walmart here, and somehow another one over here. I don't even know how that works out. We have two Walmarts within practically. We have a Cracker Barrel. We have a Ford dealership. We have just about everything. And then you have like, that's all on the suburb side, and then you have over here all the, like the old school side, like the historic town center, all the mom and pop places over here. Fat Boys Barbecue, Fox's Den Pizza, which is amazing. So basically, I was, they deleted the post earlier that I was arguing with these people on, but they're really upset that, that. But the reality, there's nothing. Is there any other major? Let's look at major restaurants. Major restaurants. My spelling is horrible. Okay, major restaurant. Bahama Breeze, Romano's. Popular chain restaurants. Let's look at popular chain restaurants. There's practically nothing. Actually, it might just be better to look at restaurants in Lehigh. We're never going to get nowhere like this. Let's see what restaurants they have in Lehigh. And see which out of the major restaurants are there. There really ain't even restaurants, really. How about Chili's? Oh, Chili's, yes. Let's see Chili's. Let's do a Chili's. So Beef O'Brady's, and by the way, Beef O'Brady's is I'm going to give this restaurant some respect. They'll put restaurants where nobody else will. Beef O'Brady's, I've seen them in parts of Florida where I've been like, wow, they're the first restaurant. I like this company because Beef O'Brady's is the first company to invest in places where other people won't. There's a buffet, Taco Ardiente, a Princesa Cuban Bakery. There's a Rib City in Lehigh Acres. That doesn't say much. I think Rib City is in Culver's. Wow. Can you believe that? A city, Arby's. Is there even a McDonald's in Lehigh Acres? I think there is. So Culver's and Rib City are the only major thing going on in Lehigh Acres. There might be a McDonald's somewhere. Please tell me they at least have a McDonald's. No, come on, dude. They have to have a McDonald's. No, come on, man. Okay, they have McDonald's. I was about to say, if you ain't got at least a McDonald's, what are you doing, Lehigh? Chili's is a good restaurant people like. Thank you for participating here. Chili's. Chili's. I guess that's how you spell Chili's. By the way, that's where Katie and I had our first date. There's no Chili's in Lehigh. I don't know if there's one here in Prattville, but we're about to find out. Chili's. That's a really strange word to have to spell. Chili's. Where's this one at? I think we're in Montgomery here. It took us to Montgomery. Oh my gosh, there's even a Bonefish Grill in Montgomery. Let me tell you something. Montgomery So if I wanted Chili's, I'd have to go to Montgomery. Okay. Let me tell you something. There's even a Bonefish Grill in Montgomery's. In Naples, I never ate there because I just couldn't afford it. There's a Texas Roadhouse in Montgomery. There's a Target, another Starbucks, Urban Kitchen, Kobe Steakhouse. There's a Panda Express, Jersey Mike's. Dude, we have a Jersey Mike's in Prattville. Let's run back to Prattville. I'll show you. We just got, I don't know where it's at in Prattville, but we just got a Jersey Mike's. And they're really expensive. Like, it will be like $30 to get Jersey Mike's for 2 people. Is there one in Prattville? Yeah, there's one in Prattville. Let's see where it's at. Oh, it's by the Academy. Okay. Yeah, here's the Academy. Okay. Oh, it's behind the Panera. Okay. So we have a Jersey Mike's in Prattville. Let's see if they got one. They're good. They're good, but I can't have them. One, because they're expensive. 2, because my diet now. So, no, there's no Jersey Mike's in Lehigh. Can you guys understand what I'm trying to tell you? There ain't nothing in Lehigh. Nothing. We got all that crap here. And we were just looking at the real estate prices, and it ain't cheap, you know, for being a place that has nothing at all going on, nothing to do. I don't know why my internet's so slow. We're gonna have to do something here to. I mean, the download's pretty slow, but the upload's good, and that's what matters when we're uploading. This is all Pine Manor. You don't want to live in none of these little neighborhoods. This is all really gangland type of places. Okay, so Lehigh Acres. Oh, here's something for $128,000. Let's look at it. Let's look at what $128,000 gets you in Lehigh. It's actually pretty sad that, you know, people are moving here. And I tell people, why won't these companies invest in Lehigh Acres? Why isn't there a Chili's and Applebee's? None of that. And in Immokalee, it's even worse. Yeah, there's nothing there. Best place to live in Florida, balance of cheap living, good opportunities. If you want to do Florida and you're looking for a good balance of everything, probably the Ocala area. Have a decent balance. Actually, not that far away is LaBelle. Again, LaBelle's 40% Hispanic. Well, there aren't jobs in LaBelle. It's the thing, man. You said jobs. Good balance. That's a tough. There really isn't. Somebody mentioned earlier Jacksonville and Ocala is where the poor people are moving to. Lakeland might be a good place. Now, I don't like Lakeland, but as far as a good balance between cost of living versus incomes and all that, I'm tempted. I don't know what to say, man. I don't want to tell you. I like Okeechobee a lot, but there's nothing there. I would say Ocala or Jacksonville, just like somebody else said earlier. And both places have a lot of crime, a lot of homelessness. Jacksonville's straight up gangbanging. I guess the Ocala area. And actually, I wouldn't even say there's jobs in Ocala anymore because Marion Oaks got filled up with Puerto Ricans, and Puerto Ricans make, you know, they'll make job sites competitive too. So honestly, there are like the best. I guess maybe the Ocala area, the Nellen, Citrus Springs, maybe in here somewhere. Maybe somewhere in Citrus County, you might find a good balance. I don't even know anymore, and I know Florida. I know Florida well, and maybe Tallahassee, you know. But again, that's a tough question. Well, let's get back on track here. For $128,000, you can buy this house. Okay. Okay. For For $300,000, you can buy a duplex. We looked at this one. For $260,000, you can buy a regular house. We already looked at this house. It's a regular house. Do you know what you get in Prattville, Alabama? A place where you have every restaurant. By the way, you can't even compare jobs in Fort Myers to Prattville. Unless you're... No, you really can't. I mean... The thing is, Prattville only employs, like, enough people to live here. Fort Myers, people from Golden Gate, Lehigh, Cape Coral, all have to Myers. So as far as volume, there's more volume in Fort Myers. But it's extraordinarily competitive. This little house right here. In fact, I've worked in this house already. It's in a nice neighborhood. I know this house. I've worked in it. So you saw what you get in Lehigh for 200 something. It's a 3-bedroom. It's about the same size house. The one in Lehigh looks a little bit nicer, but this is half the price. I've worked in this house. I know the owners, or the people that live and work there. So nice little house. It's a little house. It's nothing impressive, but it's $130,000. It's got a nice little kitchen, nice appliances. It's in a nice little neighborhood, close to stores and everything you need. There's work in Prattville. I haven't had any shortage of work. In fact, I'm actually upset that I'm not able to upload as much as like when I first got to Alabama, I was doing a lot of videos. Now I'm getting so much work that I'm actually upset that I don't get to do as much videos as I wanted to. So it's a nice little house, and I want to show you guys the backyard. It's got a nice shed that I helped them clean up a little bit. Let's see if we can see here. Let's get to the bottom. My internet's super slow. Come on. Anyways, this house has a nice little shed in the back. There it is. Is that it? Who knows? Internet's super slow. It's got a nice big shed. It's got a decent sized yard. And notice that the entire yard is flat, where the one in Lehigh, the yard was practically unusable. Here's one for $150,000. There's an interesting one. Coming soon. So they just posted this one. 3-bed on a big size lot, 3/4 of an acre, for $154,000. Built in 2002, so it's not an old house. The interior looks really nice, really clean. So this is a great little house in rural Prattville. The photos aren't loaded yet because they just posted it. But in rural Prattville, and I mean really rural Prattville, not Lehigh, where that's the other thing. Like you get real, like if you want the country feel in Lehigh, it's not really country. It's undeveloped. Like in Lehigh, if you want the country feel in Lehigh, you got to end up way out here, and it's not really country. It's a giant grid pattern. Let's wait for it to see. It's a giant grid pattern. It's not really country. It's just a giant grid pattern, basically. So it's not really country. I mean, it's a giant grid pattern of houses, sparsely populated. It's a giant grid pattern. It's all Lehigh is. It's not really country. I mean, you're not going to see a cow on your commute home. Well, let me show you the one in Prattville here. Let's just throw this address in there. It's rural country, basically. You know, let's see where it's at. It's probably north of Prattville. See, this is rural country out here. It's off of 31, yeah. So, you know, it's got a big lot. See, it's real country out here, you know, like real woods, you know. It's actually country. It's not, you know, a giant grid pattern. I mean, these are actual... You can tell this is really hilly up in here. Let me see if I can Google Map. I don't know if they have it. No, they don't. Oh, yeah, this is pretty. This is by my electrical co-op. This is my electrical co-op. So, yeah, it's pretty up here. I mean, it's really country up through here. Oh, we did a video there. Marlon, yeah, we did a video through. That's really beautiful. I can't believe the price of that house. That house, somebody needs to jump on that. If you're watching this, you need to jump on that. You're thinking about buying in Prattville, you need to jump on that. That's a good area. It's right by the electrical co-op. It's very country. Look at that. It's all real country. And you're here, right? Like this, you got like 50 houses here. You got the electrical co-op up here. You got the Piggly Wiggly in Pine Level. But you have your own private exit, baby. See, this is 31. You got 65. So from here, you can get on 65. And crap, you'll be in Prattville faster than I will. Boom. Next thing you know, you're in Prattville. And you can get off on 14, or you can get off on Cobb Ford and you can get off on downtown Montgomery. So, and you're far north enough to where if you want to head out to Birmingham area, you can do that as well. Beautiful stuff in the Birmingham area. So this is a nice one because yeah, you're out in the middle of the woods. Look at this. You're out in the middle of the woods, but boom, you get on 31 and right there, you're probably 15 minutes. This house, let's find out. From this house to, we're going to drive. We're not going to walk. From this house to Panera Bread, which is in Prattville. So from your house there in the woods to a Panera Bread in Prattville. Let's see how long it takes. 12 minutes. Yo, I'm telling you, if you're watching this, you need to buy it. From your house in the middle of the woods to a Panera Bread is 12 minutes. Because you're right by the highway exit. And a highway exit that has no traffic. Jump on this house. If you're watching this and you've been thinking about Alabama, you need to jump on this. $154,000, 3/4 of an acre. It's got new appliances. I mean, of course, you got to get it inspected and all that. There could be all types of stuff wrong with it, but dude, I mean, assuming that everything is, as shown, dude, that is a deal. And it's a brick house. The ceiling's a little low. You might have to pressure wash it. You might have to put a new roof on it, but you're paying $154,000 for this house. And it's on a hill. You got some type of terrain. It is a very simple house. It's not extravagant. Looks like they might have had some. Look into the bricks here and see what up the structure. Who knows? But either way, I would look into that. That might be an obvious reason it's so affordable. But yeah, you'd have to look into that. This house just underwent a beautiful renovation. I don't like. It's right by the exit. So yeah. I'm a little concerned about what's going on with the bricks on the bottom. I don't know if moisture's coming up that or why. It looks like it's on a hill, so I shouldn't have that problem. I'm not sure what the problem is with the bricks at the bottom. But built in 2002. Anyways, let's see what else we can find in Prattville. Here's one for $300,000. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Let's see what you get for $300,000. Woohoo! That's a lot of money. You get a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,000 square foot, just about on half an acre. Now, Florida's getting very rude and disrespectful. It's very disappointing. I don't know what's happening. Why? Because all those people keep coming from New York, man, and all those other rude states. Maryland. Somebody said earlier Maryland. How many people from the Bronx and Queens? Not too many. And I actually like people from. Most of the New Yorkers are actually in Cape Coral, where I've seen a lot. Let's see what $300,000 gets you in Prattville. I love this house. I like the. It's got a big garage, and it's a brick house. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. A very nice big house, really well done granite. And this is only what, $20,000 more than the one in Lehigh. So I haven't had a problem with the weather. People told me, oh, when it gets cold, you're gonna regret being in. You're gonna regret being in Alabama when it gets cold. We're in December 20th right now, and it sucks to work in the mornings when it's cold. There's no doubt about that. But I told my customers, I'm from Florida. I ain't working if it's. You know what I'm saying? It's actually 50 degrees here right now, which is pleasant. That's not bad at all. The humidity is high, so that 50 degrees feels cold because the humidity is 100% right now, 99%. Tonight it's going to get down to 46. That's not bad. Tomorrow's going to be sunny, so tomorrow will be a good day for me to go work. I'm working on a fence tomorrow, so hopefully I can get out there and finish it. It's a giant fence, so it's taking forever. As far as the 10-day forecast, it's raining in Lehigh. They're getting a cold front coming tonight. So tonight it's going to get down to 44, and it's 50 right now. So that's not bad today. Tomorrow it's going to get down to 36. We might have snow on Thursday or Friday. It's possible. But like Wednesday it's up to 64. That's pleasant. That's really nice, actually. Tomorrow it's going to be 56. Tuesday 61. Wednesday 64. That's not bad at all. Friday will be cold because we might get snow on Thursday. I don't. They've gone back and forth between rain and snow. We'll see if we get snow. By the way, I've yet to see water freeze since even when it gets down to 26 and 27, it's for a really like 2 hour period at night. So since I've been here, I've yet to see ice. Like I'll leave water outside hoping it turns into ice, and so far no ice. I was looking on the internet, and apparently it's got to get down to 20 degrees before you actually see ice on stuff. Water freezes at 32, I believe, but it's got to be at 32 for a long time for the water to freeze. So looking into next year, I mean, January is the coldest month, and it looks about the same as now, 50s, 40s. I mean, the cold when the cold snap comes through, it's gonna get. There's gonna be one day Friday where we'll get down to 44, but it's at least gets into the 50s, you know. And if you're lucky, once in a while you get up in the 60s. So Wednesday, the 23rd of December, you're gonna be 64 degrees. That's not bad. So it's not unbearable. It's bearable. I mean, it's actually quite pleasant at times, unless you're working outside like I am. I will be honest. Like right now, it's 50 degrees. If I went to sit on my porch, actually, I'm thinking about going outside and sitting on the front porch. It's actually pleasant, but there's a difference between sitting on your front porch and being outside working, because especially doing like outside labor, it's different. Once you start working in the cold, you start digging holes and stuff. You get wet. It's different. So it's not like sitting in your front porch at 50 degrees is pleasant. Working in 50 degrees isn't. So what I have noticed is there's not as many contingent houses. So, and don't get me wrong, there are a lot of contingent houses, but it's not like before. It's for a while there, things were hitting the market and they would sell right away. Let's see what actually has sold here and what's actually sold here. Let's go to Realtor.com. Let's do it this way. Let's go to just sold in Prattville. Let's see what's recently actually sold. Because what somebody's asking. For a while, things were moving really fast. Seems like things are starting to normal out right now, a little bit. So this person paid $117,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a small house, 1,200 square feet. It's about the size of my house. Oh, these are the new ones. So we did a drive-through in here. This is right behind the shopping center. I can't believe these houses are that priced. $300,000. These houses are massive. I mean, $300,000 for a house that's 3,000 square foot in a brand new subdivision behind shopping centers and stuff. With easy access to Montgomery and everything. This is a good deal. These are brand new houses. These are actually, I'll show you right where they are. They're right behind. How do I get rid of that line? Is that way? They're right behind the Panera, I believe. Right here. So, it's this community right here. So this is so annoying. So basically, it's this little community right here. It's kind of it's off to itself. You got some farms, and then you go out, and you got a Panera, you got a TJ Maxx, Home Depot, IHOP, Five Guys, Mexican restaurant. Just everything in town is right there. So this is a nice community, and you got a giant. Oh my gosh, that's the biggest golf course I've ever seen. Look at the size of that golf course. It is giant. So you got a giant golf course behind you. That's it's all nothing crazy. These are brand new. These right here are hotels. I'm pretty sure that's a hotel they're building there. So they're near shopping and everything, and they paid $300,000 for a brand new house that's gigantic in a nice neighborhood in a good area. So, and again, right by the highway too. So really easy access to everything else in the metropolitan area. So can't beat that, really. They got a good deal there. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 115 within the city. You'll notice that houses in this area sell for a lot more than in the old town area. Like the actual town center. So like the old part of the city, houses sell for a little bit less. A lot of people have been there longer. You got a little it's the old part of the city. So the nice stuff is mostly on the east side out here in the suburbs. And Prattville made a new law. They're not going to allow any more apartments, so they're pushing single family homes. So when you look at what things are actually selling for, people are getting good deals. Look at this person here. They got a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2,000 square foot house on 2 acres for 219. So this person paid 72. So people are getting good deals. Look at that in that same community, y'all. Look, a brand new 2 bedroom house in that same east, right behind that shopping center, in that same neighborhood. Somebody paid $230,000 for a brand new 2-story house in a good community. Somebody for $208,000 bought 160 acres. Wow, what a deal. Let me look at these comments real quick. What are y'all up to? Florida's getting very rude and disrespectful. Yep, it sure is going to crap. So, yeah, you can't really compare Lehigh to here. Let's see if what's going on back in Facebook. Let's see if we've gotten kicked out of the group, or if let's see if we've gotten any action here. I can't believe they haven't kicked me out of this group yet. Let's see here, guys. We got some action here. Okay, they actually left this comment up. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Let's read it. I'm so excited. They didn't delete my post. I'm excited, guys. Okay, so my post was, in all seriousness, no Starbucks, no Panera, no Outback, no Longhorn, no Applebee's. We got all these things here in Alabama. How come a prosperous and growing place like Lehigh doesn't have these basic things? So let's see their explanation. I'm confused. You're comparing an entire state. No. You're saying these restaurants for everyone, every single town in Alabama? No. Reply. Prattville, Alabama. A town of 32,000 people. And let's give her the stupid face because I'm not obviously referring to the whole state. There we go. So I'm telling her no. Prattville, a town of 32,000 people. We have all those things. Lehigh has all of these, but because it's so large, it's not convenient for everyone. What does that even make? In my honest opinion, we do have all the basic things. I see things like Supermarket, Walmart, Winn-Dixie, Publix have all these. It doesn't bother me that we don't have every restaurant cooking at home or making a small trip to Fort Myers is no issue. One time it took me 48 minutes to get from 75 to Homestead. Horrible traffic in winter. So it's not a small trip. It's actually about 45 minutes each way. So they're in denial. Will you move the F on? You're effing cancer. Sorry, ASS. Couldn't cut it here. You blame Lehigh for it. You're unbelievable. Wow, bit much, huh? Who pissed in your hot? This dude's been trolling on Lehigh for years. He moved to Alabama and still trolls Lehigh. Time for him to take his negative butt on. I mean, I kind of agree with him, though. It would be nice if we had some of these things out here. Why does it matter to him now? If he really has constructive criticism, I'd be fine with it. It's not really hate. It's really constructive criticism. I mean, a city that big really needs to have these things. You obviously haven't seen his videos and previous posts shitting on the city. Sorry, I'm reading what I didn't mean to say that. Pride in my hometown. Okay, so this girl was like, okay, maybe you should watch my videos and kind of let's. So I kind of agree with him. So who's the person who's hating John? Let's reply. Virtual hug. Virtual hug. Let's give him a virtual hug. Whoever you are, I love you. I love you. We finna be alright, man. Man. So I said, virtual hug, whoever you are, I love you, man. We finna be alright. He's not happy. So, again, the post is about just a random, a normal post, and then you get people, they watch, they don't like my YouTube, and so I love it. I enjoy messing with these people. Um, so I'm just saying, but for real. And forgot to mention, what was the other one? What was the other one that I saw? Oh, Jersey Mike's. What about Jersey Mike's? What about Jersey Mike's? So Kathleen Williams, Prattville, Alabama, town of 32,000 people. We have all those things. I'm not comparing it to a whole state. So let's see what he says now. He replied. Where did he reply? I'm gonna have to go over here. He mentioned me a few seconds ago. Let's see where he wrote. Rude ass. Somebody's calling him rude. This girl's taking my side. All right. Oh, guys, let's. Oh, that's another girl's going at him. Okay. Let me reply. I do these videos to help people. Hopefully, one day, Lehigh and its 170,000 people can get a decent place to eat. They deserve it. To eat like we do here in Prattville, Alabama. Hold on. Like we do here in Prattville. They deserve it. Hardworking people with long commutes. They deserve a decent restaurant. All right. So, like I said, there's always somebody who just kind of loses it on this Facebook thing. I don't know how they haven't kicked me out of this group. It's like, just by popular consensus, he's getting very rude though. He is using a lot of profanity. So, all right, guys. Pretty much. Let's see what's sold in Millbrook. Let's see. That's the one that I live in. I live right next to Prattville and Millbrook. Millbrook doesn't have too much going on, but it's here's Prattville, and then on the other side you got Millbrook. It's a little bit more rural. We do have stuff in Millbrook. We got Millbrook. Basically, it's a 15-minute drive for me. So, I mean, we do have a Saxby's here in Millbrook. We have a San Marcos Mexican. We have like 5. How does a town? We got a Mexican restaurant here. We got one here. We got 2 by the highway. It's like, how do you even, how does? Actually, there might be more stuff in Millbrook than there is in Lehigh. Oh man, that's horrible. That's horrible. There's one restaurant that I really want to check out. I haven't been to it yet. This right here. It's called the Plantation House. I haven't been to it yet. Haven't been to this one yet. I haven't been to this restaurant yet, but it's right here in Millbrook where I live. I think it's like a German restaurant. See the German flag right there? Let's see here. My internet's so slow, guys. I'm sorry. We are in the middle of the woods. And actually, my signal's improved a lot in the wintertime. The $233,000 house looks like yours. That's cool, AJ. And by the way, AJ, I hope you're doing fine. I hope everybody's fine. Everybody who usually watches my videos, thank you so much for being here with us. Lakeland sucks. I know I live there. Yeah, that's the thing, Misty. Yeah, Misty. I said it right. Misty Big Red. I don't like Lakeland. The traffic is horrendous. There are no beaches in Lakeland. It's inland. It's kind of like a German restaurant. Yeah, it's like German. That's a German flag, right? Yeah, that's a German flag. I'm pretty sure that's a German flag. Yeah, that's a German flag, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They have an Oktoberfest. That's a German flag, right? I'm pretty sure that's a German flag. So, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna drink some water. It's kind of like a buffet, I haven't been to it yet, but I do want to check that out soon. And it's kind of like in the woods. Like, how does a restaurant even? It's not like on a main road. It's kind of like stuck out in the woods. We got this Catfish House. This is a big restaurant we got here in Millbrook. And we got Fantail Seafood. So there's two seafood restaurants right here. And we have El Cerrito Mexican restaurant. And then the thing is, like, once you can easily cross over into Prattville, either on Cobbs Ford. I mean, technically I'm in Millbrook, but practically, for all practical purposes, I'm in Prattville. We have a Walmart here, but I still use the Walmart in Prattville a lot. Yeah. Well, so let's close this out real quick. Let's see what's recently sold in Millbrook. And that's just, in Millbrook itself, houses are selling for a little bit more than they are in Prattville. Look at this one. $300,000. It's a 2-bedroom. Wow. No, it doesn't say how many bedrooms. It's a 3,500. That's a big house. That's a big house, y'all. That's a giant house. It doesn't give you too much information, but these are the ones that have sold and what they've sold for. Ooh, that's a nice house. For $219,000, that is a nice house. Oh, I want to know where this. Oh, it's in Deatsville. Yeah. See, that's the other thing where I'm at. I'm also close to Deatsville. I'll show you what Deatsville is about. It's just to the north from me. It's Deatsville. And Deatsville, I love Deatsville. It's a little bit further out, It's a little bit more into the woods. I'm very close to Deatsville. Probably, I can be in Deatsville in 5 minutes. So this one's off. McDonald's. Okay, so... Oh, that's a Deatsville address. That's crazy. I didn't know Deatsville came that far south. So, see, that's crazy. Deatsville is to the north of me, right? Look at this. Why isn't this this is all Millbrook here, right? Why is that a Deatsville address? I guess, I don't know, Deatsville came out this far. That's crazy. Somehow it's a Deatsville address. Anyways, it should really be a Millbrook address. That's definitely Millbrook. I mean, that's the center of Millbrook right there, technically, in a sense. I can't believe that's actually for all practical purposes, this is Prattville. This is Millbrook. I know it's got a Deatsville address, but it's nowhere near Deatsville. Deatsville is way the crap up here. There it is. There's Deatsville, way up here. So that's nowhere near Deatsville, but somehow it's a Deatsville address. So yeah, somebody just bought this house. It looks like it's up on a little hill and everything. You can see a little bit of elevation to it. Not bad at all. That's crazy. They got a really good deal on there. That's a pretty house for $200,000. Look at this one, also $214,000. Yeah, people are getting really good deals, and there are expensive properties out here. This one's for $300,000. Ooh, look at this one for $167,000 in Elmore. People are still getting. Oh yeah, this one's right on Deatsville Highway. So this house is really close to my house right here. This is really close to where I live. I see this house pretty much every day on my way to work. It's a perfect example of what a house in Millbrook looks like. It's a small little house. Somebody got it for $103,000. I don't know if they got more photos of it. But, it's just a tiny little house. Let's see here. My internet is so slow, it's annoying. I feel like punching my computer screen when it gets this slow. Okay, we're just going to skip on that. But anyways, that's what a normal little house in this area sells for. And I like to look at what stuff sold for a lot. Look at that. That's a nice one. That little one for $120, that's cute. Look at this one for $87,000, $205,000. People are buying houses for cheap. This one, this one sold for $80,000, but it was a complete, the one for $79,000. That was a complete gut job. That house needed a lot of work, and it's not far from my house. So if that house sold for $80,000 and needed that much work, I got a really good deal on my house, because my house needed practically to move in. It needed a lot, but I did it. Anyways, if that house sold for 8,000 with as much work as it needed, then my house. But that was like right at the crunch. That was like right after I moved here. You know, that was November 3rd. That was when things from there forward. I think house sales have kind of cooled down a little bit. It's a German flag. Yep, it's a German flag. So yeah, there's German flags here, and I'm actually gonna go check that restaurant. It looks pretty good. With the whole COVID thing, I've been scared of going to a buffet of all things. I mean, I'm not retardedly over the top, but I mean, I do try to avoid. Like today, I went shoe shopping. Out of all things, I'll upload the video when I get a chance. I should have just ordered it on the internet. In fact, I'll show you. Let me see if I can find something. I like to wear Skechers. Let's go to their website real quick. I couldn't find anything online. I mean, I went to 2 stores. I went to like 3 different shoe stores in Montgomery. And I hate walking in these places where there's people nowadays. It sucks that we have to be. I went to the mall. Let's see if we can find me a pair of shoes. I won't be able to order it in front of you guys, but I can at least forward it to Katie and say, hey, buy me this. Tops, bottoms, accessories. What is tops or bottoms? I don't get it. I want to buy shoes. Shoes. Yeah. So, size, we want to have. The reason I buy Skechers is because I used to buy Nikes, and the quality is so bad on Nikes that I don't buy them anymore. So I've stopped buying Nikes. Let's say 11 and a half. I think that's my size. 11 and a half. I'm not sure. Okay. So let's see here. So I don't like Skechers as far as like what they look like. It's not about looks. I like Jordans and I like Nikes. The problem is it's not the look, it's the quality of the shoe. And Nikes has frankly been garbage. I bought the Jeezys when they came out and they lasted me like nothing, you know? Like I think 3 days later, I bought the Jeezys, the 360s, whatever, when they came out. They're a beautiful looking shoe, and it lasted me 3 days. Why isn't it showing me more options? Color, feature. Oh, they got that many shoes. Memory foam. Let's do the memory foam ones. Okay, and let's do waterproof since I'm living in. So, what I like to buy my shoes. I like to buy a shoe that I can wear that looks cool now, and once they get dirty, I can use them for work. So that way I get double use out of my shoes. Like, ooh, I like these. See, I bought these look like the Jeezys. And, it's a very lightweight shoe. But that's when I was back in Florida where it's hot and humid. That's not bad at all. But see, that's what I would buy in Florida. These look like the Jeezys, actually. But I bought them, and they lasted 3 days. The tip of the Adidas came right off, and I was like, dude, I waited for these shoes. I was so excited about them finally coming out, and when they came out they were that much of a garbage. It was disappointing. So let's see here. I don't like Skechers at all as far as looks go. I don't like their looks at all, I don't like how they look at all. But they are better quality shoes, and I'm not going to buy a shoe that's garbage. So I'll look for something where I can buy it now to look good and use and whatever. And then once I get beat up, then they're work shoes now. But now that I'm in Alabama, they definitely got to be waterproof. I don't see anything I like here. Let's see what's sold in Lehigh. Let's see what people are actually paying for stuff in Lehigh. Let's go back to Florida real quick. Bates, New Balance. I don't like New Balances. To me, New Balance is like what for old people. No offense if you're old, if you like New Balances. I'm sorry. Oh, that's okay. Go ahead and unsubscribe now. I'm sure like 5 people are gonna unsubscribe for that one. I'm sorry, y'all. I called you old if you like New Balances. It's just not me. That might have been a better way of saying it. Okay, so Lehigh Acres. Let's see what people are actually paying for stuff. 3-bedroom, 2-bath for 200,000. That's not bad. A little house for 140. That's still not bad. That's on Leland Heights. Oh man, that's the thing, bro. Like to pay $140,000 to live on Leland Heights. Give me a second, guys. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. I'm kind of like out of breath today. I don't know what. Ooh, somebody bought a. See, that's a smart buy right there. They bought a lot for $3,000. That's a good buy. $240,000 for a duplex. So they paid $120,000 for each one of these. And they're on septic. And they're probably on well. They paid $120,000 for each one of these little units. A brand new single family home for $200,000. That's reasonable. I mean, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, concrete block house for $214,000 is reasonable. If it wasn't, that's not ridiculous. I mean, it's a brand new house. It looks like a brand new house. I mean, they have green grass. Doesn't have a fence. It's on septic. When you look at all that, that's where you say, like, dang, people are paying $5,000 for lots. That's not ridiculous. Somebody paid $12,000 for that one, $9,000 for that one. Obviously, there's a lot more. So a new house in Lehigh is going for about $217,000, and if it was in Naples, it would probably be twice that. 226. A new house is a new house. I'm not big on. This one looks like it's in a nice, decent community. So a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in a new community, and it might be close to Fort Myers. So this one, if it's on the outskirts of Lehigh, it might be close to Fort Myers to where it makes a little bit more sense. $177,000 for a condo. I would never do that. Never do that. This is $80,000, but it's on Joel. I mean, that's miserable. I couldn't see myself living out there. That's even more miserable than where I'm at now. What's going on in Sebring, Florida, man? Now, if you're not familiar with Sebring is in South Central Florida. It's got everything. It's got a lot more than Lehigh, but it's in a more isolated. See, that's the thing. I swear there's a conspiracy against Lehigh. Sebring, Florida. Let me show you guys where this is at real quick. Man, this internet's slow. It's frustrating. Okay. This is so frustrating. See, the thing about Sebring, here's Sebring. It's in South Central Florida on 27. Lots of Latino. It used to be old white people. When it used to be all white people, I was getting ready to move up in there. I was actually plotting my move to Sebring. I looked at it, and it wasn't that I liked Sebring at all. It was just, it was, WAS, it was affordable right until COVID. When COVID came through, Sebring got so expensive, it became ridiculous. But I like Sebring because from Sebring, I could have been in Southwest Florida easily. I could have actually still done jobs in Naples, which is ridiculous if you think about it now. That I live here in Alabama, I get jobs a mile from my house now. I could have gone to Arcade. For my YouTubing, it would have been great. I could have been in, Orlando's up this way, Tampa's up here. For my YouTubing, it would have been great. Let's find the house. Oh my gosh, let's do it. Let's try to find the house that I wanted to buy in Sebring. Then 3 New Yorkers got into a bidding war, and I backed off. I was like, I'm not going to get into a bidding war. I'm trying to stretch my money, not shrink it. That's ridiculous. See, a bidding war, that's not where you want to be. That's stupid. Getting into a bidding war, that's retarded. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to fight. I ain't trying to reduce my money. I'm trying to stretch it. Let's go. Let's try to find the house that, in these mobile homes for $20,000. Some of these, you're buying the actual mobile home, but you don't own the land. You still have to pay lot rent. Now, if you're not from Florida, you're gonna say, "Ooh, you can buy a lot in Sebring for $2,500." I gotta get in on this. Ooh, I have got to get in on this. This is interesting, guys. You can buy a lot in Sebring for $25,000. I could do that this month for my YouTube revenue. I should just take my whole entire YouTube check and buy an empty lot in Sebring. That is crazy. That's a good investment. So let's try to find the house. It would have been in. It would have been. What month did I come over here? August or I don't know when I came over here. September. Let me go all the way to when I bought my house, guys. I want to find the house that I wanted to buy and see how much it actually sold for. It wasn't November. It might have been September. I don't know, man. I think we came. When did we come to Alabama? I don't know what month it is. I live in Alabama. Like, I don't know what month we're in. We're in Alabama. What do you need a calendar for? I do need to see what that house sold for out of curiosity. And let's see the one in all the houses I was looking at in Florida. I'm curious to see what they actually sold for. Oh, October. Okay, we got to slow it down now. We're in October. October. Land looks cheap. Yeah, I would definitely buy for $10,000. You could buy. Calculator. I mean, you still got other expenses, but look. For let's say you had $20,000 divided by, let's say $2,750 because you got a bunch of other expenses in there. Let's say you buy 7 of these lots. You got $20,000 and you buy 7 of these lots. And eventually, those 7 lots could be $12,000 a piece times 7. You can turn in 3 to 4 years. You can turn 20,000 into 84,000. That's if, or 4 or 5 years. Who knows how long it could take? But that's a really good return on investment. Now, each one of those lots is going to have an individual processing fee. So you want to talk to a realtor. You don't want to go about that wrong because you're going to pay every single time you buy a lot and every time you sell a lot a bunch of fees. So you probably want to get with a realtor and say, okay, I'm going to buy some. I don't know how to go about it, but I would definitely not buy them individually. But if you had $20,000, that would be one heck of a way to try and invest it. And I have seen people buy lots. The thing about investing in land is buy cheap. Forget about it. Buy cheap. That's all that matters when it comes to land. Because land will always be worth something. And it's always, especially in Florida, it's always going to be worth more. So if you can get a lot in Sebring for $2,500, why not? What is $2,500? You can work for a week and make $2,500. It's nothing. You're turning a week of work into a piece of land that's been there for decades and thousands of years. Yeah, it's a good investment. Definitely a good investment. So I would buy land in Sebring, especially at those prices. You also got to see, it's probably unincorporated. Look at that. Unbelievable. In October, somebody paid $250,000 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Sebring. That is insane. But yeah, I would. If you can buy land in Florida, anywhere in Florida, for $2,000 or $3,000, even $4,000 is a good deal. Katie's been sleeping, and I need her attention. I guess somebody bought that's what I don't get. Let's find that house. We're gonna find the house. We're going to find the house that I was going to buy in Sebring and see what it actually sold for. Keep in mind, I bought for $65,000 here in Alabama. Yeah, there she is. She woke up. Great. Katie. Katie!
What?
I missed you. You were sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm doing a live stream. I'm trying to find... Remember the house in Sebring that we were going to buy? What month did we move over here in?
August.
August? Is that before October? I only got to 9th grade. Don't look at me like that.
That's like first grade.
Don't criticize me. I'm my own man. Just because I only went to the 9th grade don't mean nothing. I'm a smart guy. Ah! I'm going to press charges on you.
For what? Putting a water bottle up to your neck?
Yeah, that's criminal. So it wasn't in... October would have been too late, right? It would have been...
It would have been end of July.
End of July? Is there a month before October?
September.
September? How long before it would have shown up as sold?
Probably 1st of August.
Are my lips like bleeding?
No, they're chapped because it's cold.
Why are my lips hurting? Can somebody explain to me why Alabama makes my lips?
Because your lips are chapped.
Why are my lips hurting?
I've told you 5 times your lips are chapped.
Why? What the hell's a shap? What's a shap, guys? Feels like somebody punched. Were you punching me in the face while I was sleeping again?
Why would I do that?
My face is bleeding. My mouth. My lips are cracked.
It dries out your lips.
Who does?
Cold.
Hey, is there an albuterol or something? I'm like dying over here.
In the cabinet.
Can you give me an inhaler? I think I'm allergic to that couch that's outside I was sitting on. I got really sick after I sat on it. I'm trying to find a house that I was going to buy when I was in Florida.
The neighbors have cats. Maybe a cat sat on it.
If I catch my neighbor's cat over here, the revenge is on. All right, y'all. Eric says, you can beat the bidding war if the contract states that the offer is based on appraisal properties. Appraisal? Okay, let's read this carefully. You can beat the bidding war if the contract states that the offer is based on appraisal prices. Got into a bidding war in Port St. Lucie. Asking price was $295. I offered $310 with contingent on appraisal. Came in at $290, so that's what I ended up paying. Okay, well, I had cash money, and I wasn't playing around. I told the guy, I said, hey, look, money's in the bank. What's happening, brother? What the lick read? You know what I mean? Like, what's happening? You know, like, what you really trying to do out here? But look, even in September, this tiny little house sold for $100,000 in Sebring. Like, it got ridiculous. Ooh, look at this for $170. That's a good deal. That's a pretty house. Thank you, baby. What can I do about my lips being on crack? Do you have something for my lips being on crack?
No.
My lips cracked, y'all. What's up with my lips cracking? Cold weather dries your lips up? Dang, I didn't know that. One of the downsides of Alabama right there. I didn't know that. See, look how crazy these prices got. People were paying a lot of money. Like when we sold our house in Florida, things were sky high. Karen Boulevard. This person got a good deal. They got a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's a tiny little house, but crap, it looks neat. It looks clean and sharp, and for $112, that's a good deal. So I'm just trying to find. I really am curious to what this house sold for. I really must find it. Okay, I'm in September already. It wasn't in Avon Park. It was in Sebring by the racetrack. In fact, I know exactly where it was. I remember it. I really wanted this house. It was close to that speedway, so it would be very noisy. There's the Sebring International Speedway, so you would hear it from your house. It was in a decent community, like back in here somewhere. Yeah, I remember exactly where it was at. It was in this community right here.
It was a little house.
It's in the middle of nowhere, but that's kind of what we wanted. We wanted to be out and away from people, so that, it's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it was right here. It was in this community right here by the speedway. Yeah. It was right out in one of these. It was right in here. Now that I look at it, we would have died of misery out there. It's so far out. Like, I guess you could go into Sebring, I guess. And it was the center of the state. You could head out anywhere from there. And there's not a lot of traffic out there. That would have worked out all right. I'm sure the noise during the races must be horrendous. And I think they race for 24 hours, right? So you'll hear like cars flying at 200 miles an hour for 24 hours straight. That's enough to make you lose your mind. Nonetheless, every area is going to have downsides. You're not going to find... Ooh, there's this place called the Gator Shack. I'm sure they have gator meat. So it was in this community here. Let's find it. I'm really, really set on finding this house. Once I see it, I'll know. Ooh. It was a really nice house, and I'm curious to what it actually sold for, because they had it for, how much was it? $95,000 or $90,000? Do you remember what it was? The house in Sebring. Do you remember what they're?
They're asking $70,000, but they got up
No, they were asking more. They were asking like we had the money cash. We could have bought it cash, and then I called the realtor, and the realtor's like, "Well, we got 3 people from New York, and they're in a bidding war. They're at 125. Where are you at?" I'm like, Alabama. That's exactly what I told the realtor. Oh my gosh, I swear, like if it was today, I called the realtor. I'm like, "Okay, I got the money cash. What are you asking? 85, whatever it was. In New York, we're at 125. Where are you at?" And I was like, Alabama. And then I hung up on him. That's the last thing he expected to hear. Let's find this house. We're getting close to it. We're getting close. We're already in September. Ooh, that's a nice house. But if you had $500,000, I guess you would. It beats living in Miami. True that. I'm about to say, that's a little expensive for Sebring. But then again, beach Miami. All right, we're getting close to this house, guys. We're going to find it. I have to use chopstick. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to do something. I mean, I'm allergic to just about everything I put on my body. So putting chopstick on. Look at this. In August, a 2-bedroom, 1 orange. You can tell it's... We got a good deal here. It got so ridiculous down there. Look at this. A 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 800 square foot house on a tiny lot for 110. We got like twice that for like half that. You know what I mean? We're getting close because I see in August we need to find this house. It was gorgeous. I might not recognize it when I see the selling price.
July.
It was in July? So could it have posted in August or no?
It would have posted in August.
Ooh, that's cute.
But we were looking at it the last week of July.
Last week of July. I remember this looking at these houses. Yeah, it got ridiculous with that COVID thing. I mean, crap. When we showed our house to the people that bought it, it was really a company. When we showed the house, I was so sick. And I told Katie, I'm going to play it off because if I tell these people I'm sick, we're never going to sell this house. I played it off. I was like, I told them, wear your mask and blah, blah, blah. But I was sick as a dog when we sold the house. I was really sick when we sold the house in Florida. I was sick as a dog. And I was like, nope, I'm going to get my money. I said, wear your mask. We are going to find this house. I'm already in August 14th, so it should be coming up, right? Because it takes a little bit for the sale to post, right? We're getting close. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm already in August 12th, so it's got to be in here. Yeah, when I look at some of these prices, they got ridiculous. People are paying, well, it's on a lake. That makes sense. Can you believe half an acre in Sebring, $17,000, and it's not even cleared yet? It got crazy for a bit. Like, right after things opened back up again, it was insane. They were buying everything. Any places in particular you'd suggest? Plantation, Fort Lauderdale, maybe, I don't know. No, I wouldn't suggest any of that stuff. What were you kidding me? Why would I suggest any of that? No, we'll talk. Give me a minute, Mr. Brian. I'm looking for a house that I wanted to buy in Florida, and I'm curious to what it sold for. I'm getting close. Then we'll look at good suburban areas in Southeast Florida. All right. So just bear with me, Mr. Brian. Okay. And Brian Franco, if you just bear with me a minute, I'll take care of your question. All right. Just hang on 1 minute. I'm trying to find this one house that I wanted to buy. Okay, so I'm in July already. It was the end of July? You said the end of July, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it should be in here.
I remember it had a really ugly kitchen.
Yeah. Let's see what it actually sold for. We're getting close. It's got to be in here. It was a nice house sitting on half an acre. Big open yard. We're getting close. I'm already in July, baby. So look how many houses we're selling in July. Just July 29. Look at how many houses sold. I'm telling you, when we sold our house in Florida, look at this. Look at how many houses sold in Sebring in July 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 houses in one day in Sebring. I told you, when we got out of Florida, it was so hot in Florida, the real estate market. It was insane. It made no sense. I told Katie, we're never going to buy anything in Florida. And we could have waited a little bit, but money, you really... in Cuba, we say, el pan se vende caliente. Bread sells when it's warm. We're going to find this house. We're getting close. Look at how many... You said the last week of July?
Yeah.
When we saw our house?
Last week of July.
I'm already in July 23, so I didn't see it.
It was like a house. It had like this brown and yellow kitchen.
Okay, so we missed it. It was definitely not July 22nd, all right?
No, it would have been sometime in August.
I'm in July and I don't see it.
Maybe they put it private or something.
Maybe the price went up so high we don't even recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Could it have been private somehow?
It could have been.
I don't see it anywhere in here. But dude, do you see how many houses sold like in no time? Could it have been this one? No. I don't remember what it looked like that well. I know it had a big yard. Let me see.
It didn't have that big of a yard.
Oh yes, it did. It had half an acre.
I think you're mistaken.
It had half an acre lot. Yup. It had, I'm positive, it had a half an acre lot. I don't see it. Crap, man. I wasted all that time for nothing. Maybe it's not in here anymore. I don't know. We're getting close. It's gotta be in here. Was it on Quail Avenue? Could that be it? What just happened here? I don't think it's this. No, that's 1 acre. It was a half an acre lot. 145. I know for a fact it was a half an acre lot. That's one detail that I remember like vividly. Maybe it's not on here anymore. Who knows? Half an acre lot. Who knows? I'm gonna look at two more pages and we're done. So it was definitely the first few weeks of August, you said?
Yeah.
Was it Gray Fox Avenue? Could that have been it? No, I kind of... It was a white house, wasn't it?
No.
No?
It was this really ugly house. I don't even know why you wanted it.
Because it was in Sebring and it was sheep. That's why. I don't care what it looked like. I think it was this one. It might have been this one. No, that wasn't it. Could it have been it? I thought the lot was huge. Maybe it's not on here. Who knows? I mean, crap, look at this. Ugh. There it is. I see it. You know how much it sold for? You won't believe it. You won't believe what it sold for, Katie.
What did it sell for?
You won't believe it. I'm pretty sure I found it. Half an acre. That's it. How do I click on it? Why won't it let me click on it? Ah, I just had it. What happened to it? I just saw it. I just saw it. Dude, I just had it. What happened to it? I just saw it. You won't believe what it sold for. No wonder I didn't... When I first glanced at it, I was like, no way. Okay, I lost it. I just had it right here. Okay, let's go back one page. Yeah, it was on this page right here. Okay, Katie.
Uh-huh.
I think this is it.
Okay, and what
Let's
is
look at it on the map. Let me look at the address. I think this is it. It was on Edgewater Terrace. Candle Terrace! No way! Oh my gosh, Katie, that's it right here.
Mm-hmm.
It sold for $158,000. No freaking way. It went from 85 to 158. That's it right here. Come on, come on, come on. But they remodeled it? Wait, what?
Jose?
That's it though. Look, Candle Terrace. Come here.
Jose?
What?
That's not that. That was
Yes,
the
it
house
is.
we were looking at, but that wasn't the house that we were calling on.
Yes. Look, look, look. They redid the interior. They redid the interior, but that's the house. Yep. Look at the backyard. Look. Remember the backyard? That's it. It's on that street.
That's not that. That is a house we were looking at, but that's not the house.
There's like 3 houses on that street.
That's not the one we called on.
You sure?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
I think that was it. They just redid. They put tile in it. You're telling me there's another house
That's
in that?
the kitchen.
They redid it.
No, not that much.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not it, Jose.
That is it. I distinctly remember it was a half an acre lot. It was in that neighborhood. Okay, so if it wasn't that one, then they sold another house in that neighborhood for that price?
It wasn't in that neighborhood.
Yes, it
That's
was.
not the one we were calling on.
Okay, you just want to argue.
Okay, don't believe me.
Okay, it was in that neighborhood and it was in that area. But this still, dude, that practically was. What are those streets back there? You got Edgewater Terrace. I'm pretty sure that's it right there, right? I'm almost sure doesn't that sound familiar? Edgewater Terrace. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's Edgewater Terrace. We gotta look at these. I know it was a half an acre lot. I'm gonna go 1 page back and then we're done. It is what it is. If we can't find it, we can't find it. But I am curious to see what that house exactly sold for. The only detail that I specifically remember was half an acre lot. And that it was back in that little neighborhood. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe it's not on here anymore. Who knows? Maybe it took longer to sell than what we thought it did. What about the one in Ocala? Remember the one in Ocala?
Yeah.
Okay, so I promised Mr. Wow, I left him behind. Brian, are you still with us? If you're with us, I'll answer your question. Brian Franco, are you still with us, man? I'm sorry, I kind of got distracted. You guys are too funny. No disfrutan tanto. No, because I was right, man. I know we mess around. Like, I'm Cuban, so like, if you're not Cuban, like, you may not. That's how Cuban people talk. Oh, hey, Chico, bro, be quiet, man. That's how we talk. We're like that. It turns people off here in Alabama a lot because people here are very respectful, and when they see me and Kate, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get. That's just we argue. I mean, that's not that we argue. We don't really argue, like, do we?
We're not.
We never actually argue. Like we say mean stuff to. We don't actually argue though.
It's not an argument. It's
Since we've came to Alabama, have we had a heated argument?
no.
We don't get heated arguments. We kind of like.
We kind of discussed it in a weird fashion to where people would think we're having an argument,
But we don't actually have like real arguments,
No.
like shouting matches. Since we've been to Alabama, I don't think we've had like one serious argument, have we?
I think I had a panic attack. Was screaming at you. But
Okay, yeah, you had a panic attack when Dad was here. Yeah, but that was more like a health thing. That wasn't really like.
Like we were both having issues.
Yeah, that was a very nervous time in our lives.
Okay.
So when we first moved in here.
But it wasn't like an argument.
Yeah, it was because you wanted to be up all night. But that wasn't like Dad was here.
No.
It was a mess. But we haven't like okay. That was when we first got here and Dad was here. That made things complicated. But in the last 4 months, we really haven't had a heated argument, have we?
No.
Okay.
We didn't really fight.
Brian. Okay, Brian is with us still. Cool. Yeah, like there's people who have like heated arguments. You guys have no idea how well me and Katie get along. So Southeast Florida. Now we're not going to talk about price because if you move into Southeast Florida, that's not even a question. So we're not even going to talk about that because I could go on that forever. But let's not get into that. If I was going to move, Katie, if me and you were going to move to Broward County or Dade County, where would we end up? The first thing is how. No, they're all. It's hip areas are everywhere. I'll tell you the areas that I like of Miami. How about that? I like. If we were going to move to Miami, where would we end up, Katie? That's a tough question. Okay, I think Miami Lakes is a good option. How are you Cuban? Because if you're not Cuban, why are you moving to Miami? Yeah. All right. So he's thinking Broward, so he may not be as Cuban. Okay, so good areas. Davy's nice. Davy's nice. Okay, this area here is really nice. Remember the day we went to Davy? We went to that restaurant that you liked. It was like
Dominican?
What was it called?
The Dominican restaurant?
No, it was like an ice cream place that you really liked. Remember?
Oh!
Do you remember what it was called?
Yeah. Paris Open Bakery.
Wow, you remember the name. Okay. Paris.
Open? Like Paris Morning Bakery.
Paris what? Open?
Paris Morning Bakery.
Oh, morning. There's one in Davie on University Drive. That sounds familiar. Let's see that. Okay, so this is a really good area. Davie? Yeah, that's it right there. So this area is nice. Traffic is, in here is bearable. It's on Griffin Road. And Davie has, I believe it has some really hood stuff heading really far towards the east. But if you keep it out here, it's pretty nice. I mean, you got, Southwest Ranches is great. So this little area in here is not bad at all. You got really good shopping, incredible restaurants. So this whole area in here is not bad. So Southwest Ranches, parts of Pembroke Pines, this area in here is not bad. Miramar, all this in here is not bad. Between 75 to about, which road is this? Man, this internet's so slow. I would definitely stay on this side of where's University at. But you can kind of tell. See this green area up in here? This area is nice in here. All this in here. Along Pine Island Road, Nob Hill, all this Flamingo, all this in here is nice. So I would recommend this area in here. It's not affordable in any way, shape, or form. Also, Coral Springs is probably one of the best. Coral Springs and Parkland are probably the best areas, but the prices are going to be. I mean, if you're considering this area, I'm sure price isn't an issue. But Coral Springs and unfortunately Parkland. We remember what happened there in the school, and that's always been But don't get me wrong, this is the best area of being in Fort Lauderdale. And, you know, you can keep in mind there's east to west traffic and there's north to south traffic. And you want to be in an area where you can kind of not get, like, North Miami, for example, is bad. Like in here, this area is notorious for traffic. You don't want to be anywhere in this triangle here. This area is so bad for traffic. And it is high crime all the way up through here. You kind of want to get Southwest Ranches. We spent some time out there. It wasn't bad. Pembroke Pines isn't bad in these areas out here. Palm Springs North is not. But when you get in the Dade County, it's all Cuban. So I don't know how much Cuban. I'm Cuban, and I can barely deal with Cuban. Weston, I did like Weston, but Brian, if you're not Latino, I wouldn't recommend it. Honestly, if you're not Latino, I would not recommend being that deep into the Latino areas. Weston is nice, by the way. Weston's very nice. Actually, I like Weston. For me, I like Weston, but I wouldn't. I'd be very skeptical about recommending it to somebody who's not. Like, where are you moving from? Can I ask, Brian? Let me ask you. Are you familiar with Florida? And if you're not from a Spanish background, you may not want to end up too deep into, just because they're rich areas, they're rich Colombians and rich Venezuelans and rich Cubans. They can be very. It's basically like if you gave a bunch of rednecks in Alabama money, they would be the most arrogant or like over the top people you're ever gonna meet. They don't know how to have money. They're just they're wealthy, but they're just not the type of people you'd want to see have money. There's just I don't know. I could deal with it for me, but I would have a hard time telling somebody who's American saying, "Hey, come up in here and see these rich." You would probably just snap one day, and like you'd be that Florida man. Florida man jumps on cars naked, smashing windshields, and you're like, "What happened to that guy?" I'm like, "I know what happened to him. He's surrounded by a bunch of freaking Colombians and Cubans with a bunch of money." And he just snapped. He's just like, ah! Yeah, I that's like the lady on the street that I used to live on. Naples women rant. Like this happened on the street that I used to live on. This happened, this is another one. There was another racist rant in Naples. Oh my gosh, how many of these people are there in Naples? I thought it was the one on our street, but there's another one. There was another racist woman in Naples. I thought it would just be one racist woman in Naples this year. No, there's more than one. So it's not this one. Let's look at there's been more than one racist rant. Naples women. Let's write topless. Now the search here could really go wrong. I'm looking for a topless Naples woman. This is never thought I'd be on a live stream looking this stuff up. Oh, here we go. This is about a month ago. Now, this lady is my neighbor in Florida. I know her, and she is racist. I will give her that. But anyways, topless, drunk Florida women creates community chaos in a Naples neighborhood. So I did. I know her, and I know she is racist. I could attest to that. But she went on a racist rant. Basically, was what she did. Shouting at a neighbor, trying to tell her. Basically, if you read the news report, it goes on about how the neighbors told deputies she was yelling at her, saying racial slurs, trying to swing at her, all while topless. The neighbor pepper sprayed her. She was found unclothed on her top half by Collier County deputies. Oh man, I move out of my neighborhood and this is the stuff I miss. This is never going to happen in Alabama. Could you imagine this in Alabama? This would never happen in Alabama. Other neighbors say this is a regular thing. This was my neighbor. I used to live on the street. This happened a month ago. Other neighbors said this is a regular thing for the topless woman. So yeah, she went on a racist rant, and you know what? I don't even feel bad. I almost gotta take sides with her. I can see how a redneck living in a neighborhood full of blacks and Latinos can kind of lose it. You know what I mean? Like, dang it, it's 3 in the morning. Turn down the Mexican music, you know? Boom, 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 boom. I can see how that happened, you know? She snapped on the black drug dealer. I mean, if you had a drug dealer in front of your house and you're racist and he happens to be black, you know how that's going to turn out. I almost sympathize for this woman. And she is racist. She ran off my Mexican friends. And by the way, he was white guy married to a Mexican woman, and I'm not gonna get into this, but yeah, she is racist. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I would, I would be very careful if you're not familiar with how Florida is. If you're coming from somewhere else, you may have a little bit of a culture shock. Kind of like me with the hillbillies here in Alabama. Like, I'm used to South Florida. I'm around Latinos. I'm around rich white people. Come to Alabama, and these are country people, and which are great. I love the country people. But then you have the hillbillies, and that's been quite the culture clash because, and not like their opinion of Cubans is any better. Their opinion of Cubans is, well, I went to Miami and they tried to steal my car. Dang Cubans, and they pull out a knife and tell you about how they want to cut a Cuban. I'm like, okay, man, I'm Cuban, but we're not going to take your car. So anyways, I can see the culture clash could definitely be a lot for you. You're from New York and Central American background. Oh, you'll be fine. You'll love it, man. That changes everything. If you tell me you're from New York, that changes everything. Yeah, you'll love it. Weston, bro. Yeah, your name Frank Blanco. That sounds kind of Italian or like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, but if you're a white guy from Wisconsin, I would definitely not recommend this area. But if you're from New York, you're used to the hustle and bustle of people from other countries, Weston will be cool. Southwest Ranches, where else is good out there? The Coral Springs and Parkland, if you can afford it. I'll tell you what I like. Boca is awesome if you can afford it. You can't go wrong with Boca. The people are super snobby. But you're from New York, so you might just be familiar with that. For my town. Would you agree with Boca's a nice town, Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boca is the only place where from the coast to the woods is all nice. It's the only stretch of Broward County where the whole thing's nice, okay? Except for Sandalfoot Cove, this is the only area right here that's kind of trashy. There's a little area, the Sandalfoot area is really trashy, but it's outside of city limits. So this little corner right here is kind of trashy. Sandalfoot Cove in here, this is kind of trashy. But from the coast all the way through, everything in here is nice in Boca. Boca is really, really nice. So it's hard to go wrong with Boca other than this Sandalfoot area. So this whole Boca area is nice. Again, the price tag will definitely reflect it. I like Boca. As a New Yorker, you will probably love it. You'll love it, to be honest. It's a fun, clean, low crime, blah, blah, blah. It's nice. Moving this way, I don't know how far north you want to be. Do you have to be in Broward? If you're looking at Palm Beach, I know this is a long stretch, but I do like Jupiter a lot. And the area of Jupiter I like is this area right here. This area near Juno Beach. See that right here? From Juno Beach to this area, Donald Ross Road right here. See this little road right here, Donald Ross? This exit of 95 is one of my favorite. If I had money and I wanted to be in Florida, this is where I would be. Like in here. This town center is beautiful. It's got good restaurants. It's clean. It's wholesome. We spent time there at night. Juno Beach is amazing. They have a pier there. I mean, this area is one of the hidden gems of the Southeast Florida. So I don't know if you gotta be in Broward County, but if you're okay with Palm Beach County, or this is Palm Beach County or is this Martin County? I'm not sure what county it's in. But it's a nice area. You got a pier. In fact, if we go to Florida, again, Katie, we're going to go to this area when we go to Florida. Right after we finish this fence job, we get paid on the 23rd. Look at me. We get paid our YouTube money. Oh, our YouTube money might be in the bank already. It's the 21st already, but it's Monday. You think the YouTube money's there or no?
We
No.
haven't got the email yet.
I don't want to leave Alabama until next year though.
Yeah.
Maybe like
January.
in January we'll head out to Florida. But yeah, Juno. I think when we go to Florida, we're gonna go here.
I love Juno.
I love Juno Beach. I tell you, I know it's you said Broward or Dade County, but if you're considering Palm Beach County, it's expensive. But this area, I'm telling you, this area is. I love it. I love it. I love it. Juno Beach area. It might be a little bit too far north for you, but in fact, and then you're close to Palm Beach Gardens, which incredible shopping. I mean, the shopping there is incredible. Um, yeah, this area here, for being Southeast Florida, I would definitely recommend it. Um, Abacoa, Juno, this little Donald Ross area, this in here is gorgeous. Love it. Very wholesome area. Nice area. Then another area that again, we're kind of a little bit far to the north. If you want a small town feel, something a little bit more, off the beaten path, a little bit more secluded, Hobe Sound was really nice. I loved it. The weather's milder than South Florida. I like this area a lot. I don't like Stewart. Next town up is Stewart. I don't like Stewart, but Hobe Sound I did like, and it's beautiful all up through here. This Jonathan Dickens State Park, all this through here is beautiful. Really friendly people. This area is nice. I like it a lot. And again, Jupiter. I don't like Jupiter itself too much, but this area between Palm Beach Gardens and Juno Beach, I like it a lot. Hobe Sound. Again, I know I'm pushing you way further north than what you're thinking. And there's still enough Cubans and a little bit of everything in there to where there's still good restaurants and stuff. There's because money doesn't change chusmería. Exactly. Aunque tienen dinero, son una pila de chusmero. You know what I'm talking about, man. So, I definitely hit some type of allergic reaction. I'm struggling with like 5 different things here. I think I hit some allergies. My mouth is cracking because the cold weather cracks your lips. I don't know how to stop it. I guess I gotta wear something. I gotta find. I didn't like Stewart too much, though. I'll be honest. It looked beautiful on Google Maps. When I thought it'd be amazing. It reminded me so much of Naples. And I'm not even gonna get into this. Stewart, to me, it didn't really go through very well. All right. Now I don't know what Port St. Lucie's about too much because when I got to Stewart, I went along the coast. I drove all through here. And then I came out of Fort Pierce, so I didn't spend too much time there. I did spend some time along the coast here, but anyways, I like Hobe Sound. I like that area of Jupiter. That's about it. Palm Beach, I don't like. I don't like West Palm Beach. I'm not even gonna recommend these areas of West Palm Beach. To me, West Palm Beach is just too trashy, too ghetto. And this area here, this whole area, it's nothing but developments. I don't like that. I mean, I like a place to have a little bit of fiber to it. You know what I mean? Which Boca is a spot that really has all that going on. Boca's alright, man. Coral Springs is nice. We went through that. If you really want to be in the thick of the action, like you really want that whole South Florida feel, Hollywood might be your place, man. Now, Hollywood is expensive. Where's Hollywood? It's in here somewhere. There it is. I can tell because of the little roundabouts. Why doesn't it say Hollywood? Okay. Hollywood may be your place, too. If you really want to be in that, you got good Cuban restaurants. Hollywood might work for you. Hollywood might. Now, I don't like this side of Hollywood. If you can afford to be in this side of Hollywood, that might work for you. I don't know what your budget is. I don't like any of these areas. Again, when you get close to this triangle right here, I don't know if you can afford like the nice side of Hollywood, but if you can, it's actually no. I'm not even gonna say Hollywood. It's all right. Like if you're a tourist, would you say Hollywood probably to live in, Katie? Probably not.
What?
Hollywood to live in?
No.
Probably no, yeah. Not really. And again, avoid this area here. It's horrible. Miami Lakes. I like Miami Lakes. It's kind of rich Cubans. Like, these are the Cubans that think they're too good for Hialeah. If that gives you an idea. They're kind of suburban Cubans. Probably the most arrogant breed of people in the world. I don't know if I could handle living in Miami Lakes. I would be arrested for battery if I lived in Miami Lakes. I like Hialeah, but if you ain't Cuban, you ain't gonna move into there. I just bought a house there, big lot for $290. Yes, Port St. Lucie is nice, affordable Southeast Florida. Yep, yeah, it's a little bit nicer once you push it up a little bit. You know, like I said, close to Port St. Lucie, those areas that I'm telling you about, I like that little area there. And Okeechobee is a nice town, to be honest. But it's, if you're coming from New York, you ain't gonna move to no hick little town somewhere. I love you, Okeechobee, but to a New Yorker, it's a hick town. I would say I don't like Pompano at all. I wouldn't recommend Pompano. It's too trashy. Too ghetto, too hood. Fort Lauderdale is hit or miss, and I wouldn't recommend Fort Lauderdale, to be honest. Too many hoods. No, I don't know, man. You know what's really nice? Miami Springs. No, but I mean, the thing about Miami Springs is that's if you got kids and you want them to be in good schools. Miami Springs is nice, but it's not for everybody. A lot of white people are starting to move into Miami Springs, from what I hear. I like West Miami, but again, dude, Coral Gables. How about Coral Gables? Man, if I had money, I would personally be in Coral Gables. Now, it may be a little... And Miami is on the... Let me tell you guys something about Miami. Miami is on the up and coming. Do not sleep on Miami. It's like a LA or New York type of place, though. You're going to pay. To say you live in Miami, you're going to pay for that. That's not going to come without the price tag. Would I live in Miami? Man, after this whole... It's only one R on that. Coral Gables. Yes! I spelt it right. It's only one R. I'm very proud of that, by the way. Oh, man, there's something wrong with me. Yeah, I'm very proud of that little move right there. Coral Gables. I wonder what's going on Facebook. We got to go back to that. So, I ain't going to lie. If I had, like, money, and I wanted to move to Southwest Florida, Southeast Florida, I'm sorry. Ooh, did I just say Southwest? Well, I'm sorry. There's a lot of condos. Wait, why is it Coral Springs? I was wondering why they're all condos. I know Coral Gables. Gables, not Springs. Coral Gables. Coral Gables, man. Let me say it in Spanish. Maybe if I say it in Spanish. Coral Gables is very affluent whites with kids and Latinos. The prices are going to shock you. Again, I said this is expensive. What are you laughing at?
I'm not.
You laughing at me, women? You want to do it right now? You don't?
Do what?
I don't know. Just scream at each other. Bring some excitement into our lives. All right. So, like I said, the price tags are probably going to scare you. But this is what it costs to live. There's a house in Coral Gables for $38 million.
Not surprised.
I am. That's a lot of money.
It is Miami.
38. So again, we're not even going to get into this. If you're looking at Coral Gables, you can afford it. Let's just put it that way, okay? We're not going to discuss what it costs. I'm on my way to Florida on Tuesday. So excited. Finally out of New York. Eric, I'm glad you're getting out of there, bro. And I don't know if bro is too casual of a term for you. If it's not, then just excuse me. Maybe sir would be a better term. But Eric, I'm glad you're out of there. You're going to love the weather. You're going to love the things to do. You're going to love the beach lifestyle. If you're not living in that, you know, the thing about Florida, it's hard for the working class. But once you're at retirement, you're a little bit better off. You'll be all right. You'll like it. You know what I mean? You'll like the weather for a fact. And I do recommend that you explore the area. You know, find a hobby that's maybe something you couldn't do. I wish you the best. Um, you ain't gonna get no snow out there. I don't know if you enjoy fishing. If you enjoy fishing, you will have a splendid time. I definitely recommend that at some point you go to the pier, the jetty. I had a great time here. My jetty park in Fort Pierce, not too far away. If you like fishing, if you're not familiar, I don't know if you like fishing, but if you like fishing, go to FWC, Florida Wildlife Conservation. Get your fishing license and come out here to Jetty Park and throw a shrimp on the water, you know. And local fishermen will teach you the local techniques of the fishing if you like fishing. I don't know if you like that or not. Even if you don't like fishing, it's nice to just go there. Eventually, go to Jetty Park. You'll have a great time. And if you ever, I mean, you'll love the area. I mean, I can definitely see how you want to be out of New York. You'll like it. Try some Cuban restaurants. I'm sure there's got to be good Cuban restaurants. And I have family that lives there in Port St. Lucie, and they absolutely love it. So, Jansen Beach, doesn't Jansen Beach have a fishing pier? Juno Beach has a Jansen Beach. We were there. There's actually, and you know, this area here, there's a lot of like little walking trails and little beach passes and stuff. We drove all through here. It was really nice. And you know, you'll have a good stuff to explore. Eventually, if you want to try, Mr. Eric, if you want to do something nice, if you eventually once you get bored of Port St. Lucie, take a ride down to Okeechobee if you want to see a small Florida town that's really nice. And there's a restaurant right in the center of town we liked. It was a little pizza place. I mean, I don't know. If you're from New York, your expectations for pizza are going to be really high. So there's not great pizza in Florida like there is in New York. But if you need that pizza fix, I think the pizza place downtown, right in the town center of Okeechobee, had some good pizza. I wish you the best. I mean, Jupiter, you know, you can run down to Jupiter. There's a lot of you'll enjoy the area. I wish you the best. Probably want to stay out of Fort Pierce, but yeah. Okay, but let's look at some Southeast Florida real estate. Not retired yet. You got to work. Okay, that's fine. But again, you bought a house for $290, so on a big lot, so you'll be all right. Four bedroom house. You'll be all right. You'll make it, man. No big deal. I wish you the best. I really do. And I think you'll love it. I really do think you're going to love it. I don't really talk about places unless I'm really familiar with them. And I'm not really familiar with Port St. Lucie, so I try not to talk a lot about it because I'm not familiar with it. One thing about me is I ain't going to sit here like these other YouTubers do and talk about stuff based on statistics. I like to talk about what I actually see myself. So let's get back on Facebook real quick. If you guys watched most of the live stream, we started off this live stream trying to troll Lehigh Acres. So let's get back on Facebook real quick. And here we go. Let's see what's going on here. So I did a regular post just to troll a little bit here. Here's what my post was. In all seriousness, no Starbucks, no Panera, no Outback, no Longhorn, no Applebee's. We got all these things here in Alabama. How come a prosperous growing place like Lehigh ain't got them basic things? 36 comments. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, so Brett says, in my honest opinion, we do have all the basic things. So we read that one already. Because no one from this area can afford the startup costs. I wanted to open a Checkers rally. It would take 5 years plus to break even. Oh my gosh. The area is a little shy of the traffic needed to profit. Wow, so this guy's got a real smart. So none with that kind of money to hold the investment that long before profiting has come forward. Hopefully soon. Wow. You are smart, dude. Wish people like you were on Facebook groups more. awesome explanation. So basically, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's saying, hey, it ain't gonna happen. So basically, it's a community that nobody wants to invest in for real. I mean, people who are buying houses in Lehigh. This guy, look at his answer. This guy has the most eloquent answer that I've ever seen on a Facebook group. I'm going to read it again. Because no one is from this area can afford the startup costs. I wanted to open a Checkers rally. It would take 5 years plus to break even. The area is a little shy of the traffic needed to profit after the standard 2 years. So, there you go. It don't make sense to invest in Lehigh. That's why they don't have anything. Whereas here in Alabama, we got everything. Who knows why? I don't know why, because it's affordable. It's affordable so people can invest. So, yeah, this guy did really well in that explanation. I'd honestly rather have food trucks than big corporate trash. I'm not even going to reply. A town of 170,000 people needs to have stuff. For real. Okay, yeah, a town of that many people needs to have restaurants. So this guy was thinking about investing. He did the math. It just didn't work out. I'm glad. I don't know. Beautiful wife. Tell her your sister I said hi. So what is he trying to say? That we're inbred? So this guy's a jerk. He's picking on you, Katie. He's making fun of you.
Who?
He's picking on you.
On YouTube?
Yeah, no, on he's saying we're inbred.
Me?
She's from Michigan. I is Cuban. So no family connection. So he's pulling out the inbreeding thing because we live in Alabama. You said you have all those places in Alabama. We have them in Florida. It's just not in Lehigh. You can't compare a state to Lehigh. Prattville, a town of 30,000 people, has all those things. Yeah, Prattville has all that. I'm not saying the whole entire state of Alabama. No. Prattville of 30,000 people has all those things. They want for Lehigh to be a city just like Fort Myers, but it's going to get time to that. Oh, okay. So you got 170,000 people, and you ain't a city. Okay. Oh, well, somehow I tagged Joseph. Okay.
Joseph who?
Not sure. Just tagged him random.
Joseph.
First world problems. Yeah, pretty much. Even Cuba might have better. I think Cuba might have better. I think Havana, Cuba might have more. Yeah, Alabama is cooler than Lehigh. It sure is. We at least have more restaurants and things to do like parks and stuff. Yeah. Would you leave those poor people alone? You're going to give them Oh, it's not this guy. Oh, man, it's too fun. Yo. Oh, man. It's too... Please, I'm going to give these people an aneurysm. Oh, it's not this guy. It's cracking me up. This guy's like, dang, Jose, you got to slow your roll, man. Welcome to Lehigh Acres, where we think, hope, and pray that the lot they are clearing is for a Waffle House, only to be another out-of-park stores we don't need. They can't even get a Waffle or a Dollar General. That's what somebody else is gonna say. You know, heck no, the Waffle House that made Walmart look like Macy's. At this point, anything would be better. And I was referring to a while back that they suppose it's sad that Lehigh don't got nothing, man. But the nightlife at the Waffle House are no bueno. Oh, man. We got a Waffle House here. And I'm going to tell this, John. He was the one that was mad earlier. We got...
Waffle Houses within a 5 mile.
We have... Oh, yeah, we do. We got...
3.
Where's the other one?
We got one by 65.
Mm-hmm.
We got another up by the hardware store. And then there's
Where's the other one?
a couple in Prattville.
Oh, there's another one in Prattville. I said we got 3 Waffle Houses within a 15-minute drive. At night, just old country folks talking about football. But I can definitely see a gang shootout in Lehigh. But I can certainly see in LA a Waffle House turning into a shooting range after 11 p.m. He's gonna get mad. He's lightening up though. He lightened up a little bit. I'm trying to think if there has been any new chain restaurant in the last 17 years since I've been here. Wow, that's pretty sad. I think Culver's. One. That's it. And this person says, dude, WTF is your problem? Seriously, all you're hating on Lehigh, trying to compare it to your cousin loving Alabama. I don't get it. What's happened to you so bad, Lehigh, in this BS? I'm actually going to hit the like on it. He's got a bunch of replies. This dude has been at it for like a year or more. He hates Lehigh so much better where he moved. Maybe he is the product of cousin loving. Oh, man. Hey. Oh, man. That's the best thing they got on Alabama, that we're cousins. That's all they got. That's all they got, man. Lehigh can't even keep a movie theater in business. Those restaurants he said operating in volume, ain't nobody gonna go to those restaurants out here. Nothing. They can't make money. Oh yeah, I mean, all the people. Las compañías no quieren gastar dinero en Lehigh. Como que hacemos así? Empezaron por el internet, que es fatal. Yep. Así es. Y así me critican por venir a Alabama. Pueblecito de 170,000 gente y tenemos de todo aquí, menos cubanos. Ja, ja, ja. Soy el único. Ni modo. We got everything except Cubans. Here in Alabama, we got everything except Cubans. I'm gonna comment that. I love trolling, man. They got 47. I can't believe they haven't kicked me out of this group. I think the person who runs this group must like me or something, because I've gotten kicked out of every single Lehigh Acres group. This is the only group. I've tried getting kicked out of this group and I can't get kicked out. I'm gonna say we got everything in Bama except, how you say it? Except dang Cubans besides me. We got everything in Bama except dang Cubans besides me. I can't believe they haven't kicked me out of this group yet.
Yeah, they probably will soon.
I don't know why they haven't kicked me out yet. I've tried. How's that? Oh man. But anyways, it's a good conversation. Yeah. I mean, other than Naples. This guy. Yeah. I lived in Naples. 1 mile from everything. Still took half an hour due to dang northern folks. Oh man, that's hilarious. I love how I throw in like a spin of like southern, like just hating. I really don't hate nobody, but just throw it in there just to rub it in their face. What are these people doing? Warning, these two men are knocking on doors claiming to be local plumbing companies. They are not plumbers. They offer to give free plumbing inspection. Beware, they're actually sizing up your house to rob it when you leave. Stay vigilant if you are home alone. Do not let them in. Oh my gosh. They look like a bunch of New Yorkers. Look at these piece of craps. Who knows if it's real or not? That's the other thing. Because people will say all types of crap. Oh, it's going around. There's actually a lot of people passing around. Okay. Oh, here's the other thing I did. So, I did earlier on the same group, by the way. I have family in West Palm Beach and Spring Hill. Yeah, I got a lot of. I know at least 50 people in Spring Hill. I know a lot of people in that area. Best restaurant in Lehigh. I'm planning to spend a few weeks back in Florida and want to enjoy the best. So, according to the people of Lehigh, Grandules food truck, which is a Puerto Rican food truck, is the best. The lines at that food truck are like probably what, at least an hour, Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get there early.
You got to get there really early. They really are good. This food truck right here, Gandules, it's a Puerto Rican food truck. They're really, really awesome. I love their food, and the vibes are awesome. People hanging out late. They have car meets there. It's awesome. So this is definitely what's popping in Lehigh. They're really, really good people, too. Very busy, hardworking family. So that's a good one. Azúcar Cuban, they're pretty good. This person said Dollar General, and what he's really trying to say is there ain't nothing good in Lehigh. Ricon Boricua, and let's see what else. Mugs and Jugs, they're still open.
Yeah.
One person said Culver's. That's pretty sad. 170,000 people, and that's pretty sad. So, who has the best Puerto Rican pasteles in Lehigh? That's funny. German people. This guy's a hater. This guy right here is so racist. See, he goes after Latinos all the time. So somebody asks who has the best Puerto Rican pasteles, and he says German people. This guy is a total jerk, and he's a New Yorker. But even though he's a New Yorker, this guy's just a jerk. Is that even legal? Are you allowed to have an owl in your house, Katie? Makes me want to report him. This guy's a total jerk.
What?
This guy here, he's a total like racist. All he does is troll that Facebook group, saying all types. Every time it's anything Latino, he says he took away the General Lee thing. Remember, he used to have the Confederate flag on here, and after I told him, the New Yorker in Lehigh that goes after people, the one that's really racist, he had the rebel flag on his Facebook. And I told him he was a New Yorker and he couldn't have that. And if he came to Alabama, they'd cut his something. Yeah, he basically got rid of it. Then he had a rebel flag on his thing, and I told him he couldn't have that because he's a New Yorker. And I told him he was gonna have problems if he kept it. And he got rid of it. So, oh man, I'm horrible. Yeah, he's a New Yorker. Why do you have? If you're from New York, why do you have a picture of a rebel flag on your? You're not from the South. They don't want you here. Why are you wearing that? You know what I mean? So he's trying to be racist, so he had a rebel flag on there. But he's from New York. He can't have that. He's got an Italian last name. You know he's from New York. You know? So anyway, we're talking about Coral Gables earlier. And again, if we're talking about Coral Gables, price shouldn't even be a problem. It's... I have family in West Palm Beach and Spring Hill. We read that. Very cool. All right, guys. So we talked about good areas in Southeast Florida. Coral Gables is really overpriced. Let's go back to Miami so we can talk about this real quick. Stupid. How are you going to be from New York and have a rebel flag on your Facebook? It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. He did it just because he spends his whole day trolling that Facebook group. Anything Latino, he goes and talks garbage about it. So this is Coral Gables. Coral Gables has its own little downtown. It's actually very fancy. Lots of buildings. I mean, it's very gentrified. And let's show you guys how fancy it is out here. It's super fancy. I mean, look at the road. You see Porsches and Ferraris and all. It's super rich. It's really like, it's Coral Gables. So, and they even have their own little skyline and everything. So it's really, really fancy. It's kind of like a mini Los Angeles or mini New York. It's a great little place for very snobby rich people. And there's a lot of Latinos in there too with a lot of money. Colombians, Venezuelans, Cubans, a lot of people with a lot of money. So it's only a quarter acre, but it's that's crazy. I'll move my microphone around real quick. It's a quarter acre and it's $1.5 million, but it is by the golf course. It's a really pretty area. I mean, you're pretty much paying for the location here. The house is pretty nice too. I wonder how old it is. Let's see how old it is. Built in 1925, so this is like a Spanish style. By the way, does anybody know the proper name? I call it a Spanish style, but I might be wrong on that. What is the proper name for this type of house? Actually, most Italians are pretty. I love Italian New Yorkers. It's just this guy's a jerk. I actually don't mind over the top New Yorkers. A lot of them are actually pretty cool. I love it. Like, I'm from New York. I love those people, man. It's just this guy's an idiot, basically. So you can't make. He just makes all New Yorkers look bad, but definitely makes Italians look bad. Mm. Cubans and Italians are the same thing. I used to work with a French chef, and he used to tell me Italians are the Cubans of Europe. Yeah, you know, I like. I've had a great. I had a lot of. I love. I got friends that are way over. I'm talking like from the Bronx. I'm talking like from the boogie down Bronx people. You know what I mean? Like Puerto Ricans from the Bronx and stuff. You know what I mean? They got tiplas on in the coop. You know what I mean? Mediterranean style. Thank you so much, Eric. We need somebody like you here on this group. We need somebody who can kind of like take a little bit of the ghetto off our channel and just be like, let's put a proper title on this. So this is a Mediterranean style home. Thank you so much for being here with us. All right, so it's a Mediterranean style home. These are really popular in Miami, especially like in the 1920s. 1920s, 1930s, they built a lot of these things in Miami. I actually like it, and I'm gonna be honest. If I was this well off, I'd do it. I would. You know, I would have like a deer on the wall or an antelope or something. I don't know what would make sense. I'd probably have to hire somebody to do it for me, because my design work. This is a little bit too much. This is too much for me. I think there's too much. This is what I like with the Mediterranean style. If the whole house was like this, see like the shiny tile or wood, whatever it is, you know, very, very simple yet elegant. That's what I like. You know what I mean? But dang, it's $1.5 million. I think you can do better than that in Naples for sure. Now that I see it, I'm actually not that in love with it. I think this house has lost a lot of its charm. They went over the. Whoever, I don't like who designed this place. No, I don't like who designed this place. I'm not a fan of the design in this house. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not. I think they've done a lot of things wrong. I've been in some houses like with these type of styles in Naples, in Port Royal. I went into one that was just like, wow. Unbelievable. But let's keep looking for them. We'll find one that's cute. This one's $600,000. Again, we're not even going to talk about what it costs. We're just going to look at it. At the end of the day, if you got money, you do whatever you want with it. It's a tiny little house. Oh my God. No. Come on, man. No. You'd think for $600,000 they would at least have something going for it. It doesn't have anything going for it. They just painted the cat. No, I would never pay $600,000 for that. Again, Coral Gables is really, really overpriced, and that's okay. But you gotta show me what I'm paying for. You know what I mean? Like. That little house for $600,000, I would never buy that. I would not have a problem I gotta see what I'm paying for. You get what I'm saying? Like, what am I getting for this price tag? You know what I mean? I gotta be able to visually appreciate what I'm getting. And when I see that little house, I don't see $600,000. That's a joke, absolutely. But that's what it costs. Like, see, this one's $550. This one's $550, and let's hope it's in better shape. Again, it's Coral Gables. It's the fanciest. Not that I'd want. Would I want to live? I don't know. Because that's the thing. Like, when you have enough money, it doesn't matter. I may want to live in Miami if I had enough money. Would you, Katie? The way we live and the type of things we like to do? Katie would probably say Alabama. What a hick.
I would live in Florida. I just would want to be in an area where I could like travel, but yet be in the woods if I want to.
That's the thing. Okay, what if this? What if we had a winter home in Florida?
I would do a winter home.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had enough money, it doesn't really matter. Like, let Dad live there when we're not there, and then when we say get out of there before we get there. All right. All right. So, see, this one's got palm trees on the outside. Don't get me wrong, 550. See, this one's at least it's got palm trees. Why can't they make these houses nice? I can't say I would pay $500,000 for this. I don't see it. Oh my gosh. They still have the wall unit like from the 70s. You know those wall unit stoves? You gotta be kidding me. Dude, $500,000. Okay, at least they redid the bathroom. No, I couldn't pay that kind of money for that. That's ridiculous. I gotta visually appreciate. Okay, like even if it's a little old house, but at least put some charm into the interior. Okay, like this. Okay, now we're talking. Now, this one, the house is kind of ugly. It's kind of squared, flat roof. I would never buy a flat roof house. At least it's got a tiny little porch on the outside. But see, at least they put new tiles in it. You know what I mean? They painted the walls. Like, this could kind of convince me. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're living in luxury, even if it's tiny. You know what I mean? Man. See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, bro, you're paying $500,000. See, this makes sense to me. I would be more inclined to buy this than the other two. You know, because at least it's got luxury. Bro, you're paying $500,000. It's got some charm. It's got some luxury. It's tiny, you know. But you can see what you're paying for. You know what I mean? You know what the crazy thing is? That's probably some old Cuban guy that owns that. Came to America not even knowing English. And now he's sitting on $650,000 of real estate. And somebody's going to pay it. That's crazy. Look at this one. It's got metal bars on the windows. This one's 514, and it's got metal bars on the windows. And it's in Coral Gables. It's a 1940. It's in Coral Gables, but it's pushing Miami. Okay, see, like this one, it's not big, but it's cute. Besides the metal bars on the windows. Okay, see what I mean? They got the nice white. See what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's the outside's charming. It's got the white shiny tiles, okay? It's got a chandelier. It's got the nicest appliances you can get. You know what I mean? They offset the refrigerator into the wall with two pantries on the side. Very smart. They did a little bit of tile here. They switched up the floors. It's got some hedges. It's got a white, you know, nice. Oh, it's got some mango. What is that? A mango tree, and maybe, you know what I mean? A nice painted patio with a little barbecue grill outside. You know what I mean? Okay, it's got those charming little details to where, okay, I'm paying what, $500,000 for this tiny little house, but at least it's luxurious and it's in Miami. By the way, they paid $400,000 for this. They're making a $100,000 profit, and they probably did a lot of work to it, so they're probably not making a huge profit on it. Built in 1940, it's charming. It's a little bit too close to Miami, but it'll work. It's still in Coral Gables. You're paying for the address. What are property taxes in Coral Gables? I'm sure at least it's got a nice, pretty door. It does have metal bars on the windows, but that's okay for Miami. It's a big city, you know. It does have a one-car garage, so it's small, but it's got little cute touches here and there. You know, you're getting something for your money. $500,000 is a lot of money. I was saying all the good real estate in Florida is already sold or being held onto. Yep. Many houses taken off the market because people afford to move due to COVID. Yep. Yup. Oh, condo for 400,000. But then they get you on those fees, those stinking fees, man. They will get you on those fees. Bro, 13 mil. I'm sorry, if I had $13 million, I would probably have like 1,000 acres in Tennessee or in Georgia. Look at this one for $1 million. Oh no. Oh no. Katie. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
This house is $1 million.
Yeah. And?
It's a. How is this? Miami. I'm gonna tell you, Miami is getting ridiculous. It's it's got those like shutters people in the ghetto have. I'm sorry. Why is this worth $1 million?
Because it's in Miami.
It's so ghetto. You know you ghetto heat the house with the oven. Come on, man. Oh no. This has gotta be. It's got a fireplace, bro. How is this $1 million? You can get this in Alabama for like 50,000, maybe 120 or something. Don't get me wrong. It's got some nice touches here and there, but our kitchen is bigger than this. The kitchen on this thing is like the size of our bathroom. And it's got metal bars in the windows. Not only does it have metal bars, it also has, like that wire they use in Miami, like they use, like the one we have on our trailer bed.
Yeah.
It's got like extended metal on the inside of a wood door. It's got the old school dryer, like from the 70s, and extended metal. They sliced extended metal and put it behind the window so somebody couldn't break in.
Wow.
And it's got the dryer that's like from the 70s or 80s. I'm sorry. How is this $1 million? It's got, oh my gosh. It's still, like in the remember the house in Opp, Alabama we were looking at?
Yeah.
Where it had like the blue and purple bathroom sink, and yeah. It's got the original like 1970s and 1980s sink. I'm sorry, how is this $1 million? It's got a big yard for being in Miami. So, let me get this straight. This little piece of grass. I'm sorry. I am a fan of Miami. I love Miami. I love El Cubaneo. I love the Cuban coffee. I love to see old house. This is my, like, I would love to own this piece of property. But at do you know how many? Oh my, I can't get into this. I think it's a listing error and they added an extra zero at the end. No, it's not. That's what they're asking. Believe me, that's what they're asking. This thing is in the heart of Coral Gables. That's what they're asking. See Coral Way? Oh yeah, that's what they're asking. That's not an error. No. That is what they're asking. In fact, it's right here. Yeah, it's in the heart of it all. Let's find it. Where is it at? Oh yeah, that's what it. In this neighborhood, that's what they're asking. That's the price. No doubt about it. All right, guys, it's 2 in the morning. I do have to work eventually. Blows my mind how they're asking that much money for that. But that's what they're asking. Guys, I'm gonna check out. It's been a pleasure to baby, it's 2 in the morning.
Just keep going.
Nah, baby, it's 2 in the morning. Like, I'm
They
tired.
liked it, keep going.
I'm tired. I'm really tired. We gotta go to sleep. It's hot in here. I'm gonna turn the air conditioner on. What's the temperature right now? I'll tell you what I do like. I'm going to miss the. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm going to miss the winter here in Alabama when it gets back down to the summer. I'm gonna miss the winter. It's pleasant. Unfortunately, I'm not able to enjoy it because I'm working all the time. I'm getting too much work. What is the temperature right now? Okay. It's not even in the 40s. All right, guys. So it's been a pleasure to enjoy with you guys. I am gonna go. I need some rest. It's 2 in the morning, and I